I can't believe I believed everything we had was last. So young and naive of me to think she was from your past. Silly of me to dream of one day having your kids. Love is so blind, it goes right when it's wrong. I can't believe I fell for your schemes. I'm smarter than that. Young and naive to believe that with me you're a changed man. Foolish of me to compete when you cheat, we lose within. It took me some time, but now I'm moved on. Because I realize I got myself, and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself, and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Controlling, you say that you love me, but you don't. Your family told me one day I would see it on my own. Next thing I know, I'm dealing with the 3 kids in my own. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. Now that it's over, stop calling me. Come pick up your clothes. Ain't no need to front like you're still with me. All your homies know. Even your very best friend tried to warn me on the low. Took me some time, but now I am strong. Because I realize I got myself, and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself, and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Got me, myself, I know that I will never disappoint myself. All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out. I'm still with you. Yeah, you hurt me, but I learned a lot along the way. After all the rain, you see the sun come out again. Hey, I know that I will never disappoint myself. I'm crying. All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out. I'm still with you. You hurt me, but I learned a lot along the way. After all the rain, you see the sun come out again. I beat myself, and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself, and that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend.
Doctor? room. Somebody let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Hey Strata, hey PJ. Let me know if my sound is good and if the music is too loud. Thank you. Actually, I'm gonna acknowledge that in a second. I want to make sure I can be heard. PJ says crystal clear. How y'all doing? All right, so I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just kind of gonna get to my point, and I feel like, um, the people will eventually see it. Okay. So there's been a lot of talk about tethers, FBA, non-FBA. What is it? What's the point, right? And um, I don't know. Sidebar, first of all, this issue got like blown up recently because DJ Witch Doctor wanted to take it upon himself to paint narratives and lie and throw himself in the middle of things he don't belong in. But I get it, anything for content. I understand. Um, so he went back over there yesterday, lying again, painting more narratives, and I just don't got time for it. I saw some of that today, so I'm not about to keep going back and forth with people. But I could just show facts. Like, I don't have time. Sorry, I'm trying to find something real quick. But like, let me ask you guys, do you guys have a stance on that FBA tether, non-FBA? Do you guys care? Do you not care? Like, what are you guys' thoughts about that? Because I feel like it is important for foundational Black Americans. I love that terminology to kind of gatekeep their culture the way everyone else does. Clearly, because when you listen to other people talk about it, do they have any positive things to say? No, they don't. Do they care about your culture? No, they don't. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of self-explanatory why it's a good idea for us to hold what's important to us close to our heart, because nobody else gives a damn. And that's for damn sure. For them, our culture is just like, it's like, even speaking about it, it just doesn't exist. The topic is like, it's just content. It's just something to throw around. It's meaningless. They don't understand how, like, our presence here historically is exactly why their ungrateful asses could be over here saying and doing the things that they do while disparaging us, right? We're not humans to them, for real. We're like a topic. We're content. We're money. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. So I don't expect people who don't view you as people to understand. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to. And you guys will notice a common trend with a lot of these people, even when you do, like when I went on DJ Witch Doctor, try to come and just tell them a truth. They have this willful, obtuse thing they do, this plain stupid thing they do. Let me keep cutting you off and asking random questions, trying to pivot the conversation all over the place. They think that they're smarter than they actually are, and they think that people don't understand what they're doing. And that is why I'm not going to go engage in any conversation with them anymore, because it's pointless, right? When I could just come here and speak freely. Okay? Lauren Mack said, let's stick to them facts. I don't care about them feelings, right? So one of the first things I wanted to do, actually, I'm going to just play this video. I think it's important because some people don't understand why the contention between quote unquote foundational Black Americans and non-FBA. So I think this guy did a great job at explaining like some of it. So I'm going to play it for you. Let me share my screen. So I believe this guy is like a Black history expert, author, teacher. He studies across the diaspora, not just Black Americans. Like, he's a credible source to listen to. And I want you guys to hear this conversation. I think he explains like kind of the core of our issue with these other people from the diaspora very well. So listen up.
Okay.
I'm a part of that.
Okay.
So in that capacity, I have been to some African countries, and that kind of thing, but not because of him and so on. But
Tariq Nasheed, what's your views on Tariq Nasheed? Because he's got this thing called foundational Black American.
Yeah.
What is that about? Because I feel like that's pure division. If I'm not gonna,
It is. But I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. This is what it is. There were too many black people from outside Africa, from outside America, going to America and playing the ass. And what it is African Americans spotted this and spotted that there's a consistent pattern. Black Caribbeans, black people from Africa going to America and being the ass. And what the FBA agenda is putting up a wall and saying, no, you guys can't be a part of this if you're going to be on that raccoon train.
when you say playing the ass, what? Because from what I know, a lot of Africans, a lot of Caribbeans who go there, academically, they're surpassing them. And also business-wise, they're surpassing them. So who was playing the ass?
When they then use that to say, well, that means that you African Americans are lazy. Do you see?
Yes.
And then being on some right-wing conservatism, let's throw African Americans under the bus.
That's true.
And let's pretend that Jim Crow didn't happen, redlining didn't happen, breaking up of African American business districts, breaking up of African American families. The COINTELPRO didn't happen, the Iran Contras and then moving drugs into the black community didn't happen. Yeah, and there's a whole list of things continuing right up until now that the American government has done to African Americans. And so for those black people recently arrived from outside America, you all didn't face any of that. So of course you're going to be doing better than African Americans. Duh.
Yeah.
But what's happening is a lot of the people outside Black America don't respect that. And so while I'm not about division, I can't pretend to not know why Tariq Nasheed said that.
Yeah.
What it all boils down to is we don't know each other.
Wait, did y'all peep? Yes, Norma, you caught that, right? Even in the explanation, he's doing it. Listen. Like completely disregarded all of that truth that he was told to push his it's a weird thing that they all kind of come built in with. I don't know if it's some secret conversation they have with each other, but it's like play obtuse. Don't acknowledge anything that's actually being said. Just stick to your agenda. And they think they're invisible, like we don't see them. It's the weirdest thing.
That's the main source of all this disunity.
When you get to America, you have to understand America.
Wait, what the hell just happened? Like,
right from outside America, you all didn't face any of that. So of course you're going to be doing better than African Americans. Duh.
Yeah.
But what's happening is a lot of the people outside Black America don't respect that. And so while I'm not about division, I can't pretend to not know why Tariq Nasheed said that.
Yeah.
What it all boils down to is we don't know each other. That's the main source of all this disunity.
When you get to America, you have to understand America is a system.
so what do you guys think about what he said? That is not the entirety of the clip, and I'm kind of annoyed because he said way more. Damn. I'm so mad I don't have what I thought I had. But what do you guys think about that? Can anyone here identify with what he's saying? Any of that look familiar to y'all? Because he said way more. I need to find it. It was really great. He made another point about, I think it's going to be right here. Let me play it through.
System. The first day you enter in America.
So this is someone from Africa. Listen to what he says about his experience. Listen.
All boils down to is we don't know each other. That's the main source of all this disunity.
When you get to America, you have to understand America is a system. The first day you enter in America, it's literally having someone on your shoulder saying this, hey, you see this Black American kid? He looks like you. He talks like you. He even has the same hair as you, but Charlie, he no be you.
So I don't know if y'all understood what he said was as soon as you land here, there's literally a person tapping his shoulder saying, hey, you see those Black people over there? They have hair like you. They look like you. They might talk like you, but they're not like you.
You see, look at him. He's shooting guns. He's wearing his pants this way. Oh, look at his hair. You're from Ghana, royal family, Ashanti culture. This is not you. And so the moment, as soon as you're at that airport, you disconnect. Oh, that's not me. So whatever you see him, he's suffering with, you taught from day one, oh, that's not you. Don't let the color, fool you. That's not you. Now, what you don't know is this. That same man that met you there has gone to that same black guy in America. Hey, Charlie, you see this African guy? He's not the same color hair as you. He has the same texture. But he's not you. Look at him. He's swinging on trees. Look at his stomach. He can't feed his people. Every negative thing about Africa, they would tell him. So he says, I'm not that neither. So the moment you land in America, you're like this. Separated. You are separated. The system is built for separation.
And a lot of immigrants or children of immigrants, they know this. They 1000% know it. But they play stupid when you say something to them about it. Like that, it's kind of built in for them to do that. And you know what I realized about this space? It just occurred to me. I think Freezy said it the other day, but somebody brought it to my attention recently. Most of the people in these spaces are either first generation American or immigrants themselves. Like if you guys just pay attention, majority of the chat and the panel, they're like FBA is not the majority here. Is mostly them, like non-FBA. So now it makes a lot more sense to me why you hear a lot of the perspectives you hear when it comes to Black culture, or you don't have a culture, or a lot of those those ideas that tear down everything about Black Americans are 9 times out of 10 not coming from somebody who's an FBA. It's not.
I can't pretend not to know why some other people are running with ADOS.
What's that one?
ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves.
So look, Strada, he said the division is from the moment they come off the plane. No, it's before that. They're told when they're back home negative things about us from people who ain't never even been over here. Like their parents are like successfully brainwashed. You see how over here when we were young they showed us videos of like just kids in Africa starving and flies on their face and shit. You got to understand that same propaganda was done to us over there, right? So a lot of people come into this country with a very limited view and a very negative view on Black Americans that they never met. You know what I'm saying? They just don't know. And then what he's saying is then when they come, you got a white person saying some shit like that.
Oh.
So I don't know if this video has the clip, but this doctor made a great point. I'm sorry, professor. Wherever he is. They call him Mr. Black History.
They're on the same agenda as FBA, trust me.
But they're separate.
Well, one is run by Tariq, one is run by somebody else. I think there's somebody else is Yvette Carnell, something like that.
To me, FBA makes a lot more sense. One, it doesn't include the word slavery. And two, there are American descendants of slaves that are in Africa. The capital of Sierra Leone, Freetown, and Liberia got their name because of the returned slaves.
Then you got the Black Hebrew Israelites. Then you got the ones who say they're Native Americans and they were there.
I gotta find the whole clip because the other point he made was this. Because this guy interviewing him was like, "Oh, but is how come we're coming over here doing so much better?" He was like, "Y'all really not though." He was like, "What you guys are doing, you're not comparing like against like, because if you take," he was like, "your top 10% is usually who's coming over here and thriving, right? Your top 10%." He said, "So now take your top 10% from whatever country you're from and compare them to the top 10% of Black Americans, and Black Americans are going to win every time." He was like, "What you guys are actually doing is comparing your top 10% to the average Black American." He said, "And even if we did that, let's compare your average Black American to your average Jamaican, to your average Nigerian, to your average whatever. The Black American would still be excelling you." Right? So he's saying basically they kind of do this unfair comparison on purpose, and they make their exception the rule, right? So someone who could come over here like a Colin Powell, who could rise to power, or even someone like a Kamala Harris, she's the exception, right? So they'll take their one minuscule exception and make that person the rule to disqualify you and say, we're doing better when they're not. That's the dishonest shit. And that was a foreigner explaining it. He's not from the US. He's just somebody who studies this stuff. So I just want to play it one more time because I did have some things to say, but I wanted you guys to hear it all the way. Okay. And you guys are gonna notice some commonalities too. It's crazy. Like y'all are gonna wait to listen to what he says. Listen.
Tariq Nasheed. What's your views on Tariq Nasheed? Because he's got this thing called
FBA.
Foundational Black American.
Yeah.
What is that about? Because I feel like that's pure division. If I'm not gonna,
it is. But I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. This is what it is. There were too many black people from outside Africa, from outside America, going to America and playing the ass. And what it is African Americans spotted this and spotted that there's a consistent pattern.
Right? So he says there were too many people, black people outside of America, coming over here playing the ass. And the black Americans spotted this and started noticing there's too many commonalities, right? We started figuring out the main one, they don't share our lineage. That's number one. That is why we go, well, where are your parents? Where are people from? Because people want to pretend like they don't understand that matters. If your parent comes from, let's say, Nigeria, she has her own cultural idea, which is nothing wrong with, right? But she's going to have her own cultural ideologies, the same as your dad, her own cultural traditions, customs, values, etc. Cool. That is going to be very different than the ideas of a foundational Black American, right? That's not a problem. So when we ask you that, it's not a negative thing that your parents are from somewhere else. It's just we need to acknowledge that your mentality and experience is going to be very different from ours, right? It's just, and the fact that these people are so dishonest that they give you a hard time when you ask them simple stuff like, where you from, where your people from? They don't even want to answer. That's for a reason. And that's where the cosplaying terms come. When we say they cosplay, is because why are you not proud to say where your heritage, where your lineage, where your people come from? It's because you want to pretend to be something you are not. That's why they don't want to tell you. That's why they get called cosplayers. It's like all this mystery behind their lineage. And why? What's the point of that?
Black Caribbeans, black people from Africa going to America and being the ass. And what the FBA agenda is putting up a wall and saying, no, you guys can't be a part of this if you're going to be on that raccoon train.
Right. So the FBA delineation was necessary. All it is like the same way Jamaicans going to tell you the Jamaicans, Haitians going to tell you the Haitian, Dominicans going to tell you the Dominican, and they have their own set of culture that comes with that. That's fine. Black Americans reserve the right to do that too. But what happened was, because like I told you guys earlier, we're not people to them. We're like an ideology. They think our culture is up for grabs and everybody can have it. And everybody gets to add and take away and edit it and speak for it. And we're finally saying, no, you do not. The same way I don't get to do that for no Nigerian, you don't get to do that for me. You don't.
When you say playing the ass, what? Because from what I know, a lot of Africans, a lot of Caribbeans who go there, academically, they're surpassing them.
From what I know, a lot of African and Caribbean people who go there academically are surpassing us, is what he's saying. Right? You see that?
And also, business-wise, they're surpassing them. So who was playing?
And this is a lie. Also, business-wise, they're surpassing us. But see how, like, the most ignorant, most uninformed will just blatantly speak that out, and then it just spreads like they all, if you guys listen to them, they all have the exact same. It's like somebody programmed this shit in their head. They say the same things, like literally the same things, all of them. Think about this though, from all these different parts of the diaspora, but the same sentences are coming out of their mouths. You think that's an accident? That they always brainwashed to say the same dumb shit?
In the ass.
when they then use that to say, well, that means that you African Americans are lazy. Do you see?
Right. So he's acknowledging, like, for the ones who do come over here and excel, a part of it is, well, that means you African Americans are lazy, right? But he's going to explain why it's a problem.
And then being on some right-wing conservatism.
So look, I want you guys to pay attention to commonalities. Listen, you're going to see this in all of them. Look what he said. And then being on some right-wing super conservative stuff, right? They all do operate by the same playbook. The shit crazy.
And then being on some right-wing conservatism.
Now think about the people who are right-wing conservatives. Do they typically have talking points that disparage Black Americans? 1000%. That's like starter pack for them, right? Think about it. Who's doing this? You're gonna see some commonalities, right? Super duper conservative, non-FBA. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see that, and you're gonna see it.
Throw African Americans under the bus.
That's true.
Let's pretend that Jim Crow didn't happen.
Here's another commonality. What do they all do? Whenever you acknowledge our current struggles or things that led up to now, they ignore it. This happened in conversations with me and them all the time. They completely ignore all of that, and then they go, you want to talk about slavery, right? So look what he's going to say. They pretend none of the following happened. Look at this.
That's true.
Let's pretend that Jim Crow didn't happen.
They want to pretend that didn't happen.
Redlining didn't happen.
Redlining, they don't want to pretend that didn't happen.
Breaking up of African American business district.
There was no intentional effort to completely destroy the Black family. That didn't happen. You guys are just baby mamas and lazy. You don't want to do shit.
Did you know that simply...
Damn. But I want you guys to pay attention, because you're going to really be able to identify who's who just by the things that they're saying about you. Because they all do this. All are super conservative leaning. All are going to ignore the history. All of them. They're just going to skip right back to, y'all just want to talk about slavery all day. All of them do that same very thing. They all do the same things. That's how we can identify them.
Breaking up of African American families. The COINTELPRO didn't happen. The Iran Contras and then moving drugs into the Black community didn't happen. Yeah. And there's a whole list of things continuing right up until now that the American government has done to African Americans.
And there's a whole list of things continuing up to now that the American government has done to Black people, right? But they gonna look you straight in your fucking face and pretend none of that shit matters. None of it ever happened. You want to cry about slavery all day. That's what you want to do. Get over it.
And so for those Black people recently arrived from outside America, you all didn't face any of that. So of course you're going to be doing better than African Americans.
Yeah.
But what's happening is a lot of the people outside Black America don't respect that. And
they don't respect that. They don't respect any of the things that have consistently happened throughout all of the generations since slavery to intentionally keep setting us behind, sabotage. They don't understand the residual effects of breaking up a family and introducing drugs into a whole fucking generation of people, wrongfully imprisoning the men, right? Taking the fathers away. Like, there were a ton of things happening at one time to us consistently that intentionally did exactly what it was supposed to do, was disrupt our progress, our success, our togetherness, our financial power. That was on purpose. And so we know in our home where we're from, this has been an ongoing war against us, right? Imagine being those people, and then people who ain't have to deal with none of that shit come and look in your face and tell you, you're lazy, right? You don't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just want to cry all day. Slavery was over, right? How disrespectful would that be if you went into anybody else's home and did that shit?
So while I'm not about division, I can't pretend to not know why Tariq Nasheed said that.
Yeah.
What it all boils down to is we don't know.
So I don't know. What are you guys thinking so far? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I just want to make sure because I'm kind of rushing because I don't have a lot of time. But I just want to play. Illa did it. It's funny. Philosophical. Shout out to him. He been popping up lately and holding shit down. I don't know where he been, but he just came back speaking like Dr. Martin Luther King or somebody. But he posted a video today that was like right on par with this. So I want to play it for you guys. I love that he did this. And this is what I'm saying. Like, our people who know in our culture and who actually give a fuck about our culture, you'll see it because they gonna handle it a different way. Things that people value and appreciate, they don't denigrate. Remember that. Things that people value and appreciate, they do not denigrate. So the people who are quick to denigrate your culture, denigrate your success, denigrate how far Black people have come, and choose to hyper focus on all the negative stereotypes about you, those people are not for you. They don't give a fuck. Like I said, we're not people to them. These aren't real experiences that really happened, that really affected a community to them. These are talking points to them. This is content to them. And you know why they can disconnect in that way? Because they're not connected. A lot of them are not talking about their lineage. A lot of them didn't see their family members on crack and all the other shit that we have seen, right? They don't give a fuck. This is a joke to them. They have no respect. And they also didn't see all of the sacrifices our people had to make for them to be over here, for their parents to have been able to come over here and do what they do. And they also don't see how white supremacists use them and play them against us, right? They don't see none of it. And quite frankly, they don't give a fuck. I'm just going to pull it. They don't care. Them people are money focused, and that is it. That is all they care about. Nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. And I'm trying to find this young woman because I think she did a really good job explaining. If I could find it. There was something. But is everyone on par so far with what I'm talking about? I'm like, sorry, y'all. Some things I'm getting kind of thrown off. Oh, Brandon, they was lying on you yesterday too. Them people just bad liars over there. I'm not gonna lie. So DJ Witch Doctor reacted, I guess, to our video, and he basically was saying that you said that he said FBA. He took a conversation that you were having about something that went on over here and tried to make it about himself. And I don't know, something's wrong with that man. Oh, here's the Illa video. I want to play this for y'all. This was great. Sorry, get distracted. So Illa got a video called Conservative or Antagonist. Brandon, you saying you'll take care of him. Don't do it. Don't do it, because he's a content creator. So anything that you think you're going to do, he's going to turn around and make content out of it and try to make money off of you. There's no benefit in you doing anything. I wouldn't even go over there and have a conversation with him. Don't do it. So can you guys see this video of Illa? That's what he's literally been doing to me. He will twist the truth. He'll do anything. He just wants to do a show and get paid. He don't give a fuck about the truth. So I wouldn't waste my time if I was you. That's just me. Just saying. So listen to Illa, y'all. The video is called Conservative or Antagonist.
Look, as you know, a few of y'all know, salute to everybody pulling up. I was recently on Ham's show, and I really don't like to talk until I feel the need to talk. Like, I'm not trying to get no clout off. No, that's why I'm not adding people, not tagging people, not saying no names. But it's like I keep telling people, like, it's not really about nobody on these screens. We just individuals. That's the problem. We keep looking at these individuals. The individuals is a limited group. It's only a small group of millionaires, only a small group of celebrities, only a small group of content creators, only a small group of all these things. The power is in the people, the masses. That's y'all that's watching. That's where the power is at. in the minds of the people. So it wasn't no debate. No, it wasn't a debate. It was just a sharing of views. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no debate. But what people don't realize is we're talking about remembering and not forgetting things. You got people telling you to what happened to you is so old it don't matter. We don't need to talk about it. And it's like, not only do you not need to talk about it, when you look at what happened to our people, it's not like what we're doing is like, you gotta look at you gotta look at chronology. If you see, it's like if I'm running a mile and once I get to the first mile, I lose a toe. I'm still winning the race though, but I lost a toe. Now we.
Yeah, I want y'all to listen to. I thought this was a great metaphor in explaining what has happened generationally since slavery to now, too, specifically Black Americans. This was a great way to explain it.
It's like if I'm running a mile and once I get to the first mile, I lose a toe. I'm still winning the race though, but I lost a toe. Now we on mile 2. I lost another toe. Then we go to the next mile, I lose the foot. So we still running, but every step I take, I'm losing an appendage of my body. How far am I going to go? When you see what happened to our people, everything happened in order. It's like after the crack, after the drugs, after the redlining, after slavery, after Jim Crow, after segregation, after the death of Black Panthers, after the death of Black leaders, after feminism, after Planned Parenthood, after medical apartheid, after that, then you started tripping. And people.
Now, damn, that was well said. Have you ever heard any of them acknowledge any of that? Or what do they say? Slavery was been going. Y'all ain't never go through nothing. Get over it. Which one? I need to rewind that. Like, I think nobody acknowledges. But again, this is our culture. This is our history. So we fucking know. And some of us lived through some of it and seen certain things, how it affected generations. Like, my grandmother's not a figment of my imagination. She a real fucking person. She helped raise me. I know who my grandmother is. She was born in 1922. Okay? Old as hell. But like they think like we're talking about ideas that didn't directly affect our fucking families and then trickle down to affecting us by default. We're not like trying to imagine, what do they call it? Stolen valor. No, it's not stolen valor. My grandmother couldn't fucking read. Okay, she wasn't allowed to. Okay, her parents were sharecroppers. Okay, this is not some figment of my imagination. The fuck is wrong with these people?
People are saying now, yo, you better hurry up and get this shit together. You got 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, whatever. After that, what is supposed to come with that? So what I did was, I got my computer right here because I want to speak from a place of intelligence, low emotion. I typed it on ChatGTP. I said, how do the Israeli community, how do they remember the Holocaust? Like, how do they go about it? And this is what came up. I want y'all to listen to this. Gave me 4 things. It said Jewish communities address the legacy.
So I don't know if y'all heard it. He asked ChatGPT, how do they remember their tragedy? But I'm sorry, I meant to rewind because I loved everything he named. I want to hear it again. And I might have misspoke. I don't know if my grandmother could not read, but I knew that she was not literate. I'm saying I didn't know that. Her kids turned out to be very well educated. Like, all of my aunts and uncles went to college, but my grandmother was not.
What people don't realize is we're talking about remembering and not forgetting things.
Sugar Bone, why are you calling him a weirdo? Like, I'm not okay with that. He's not a weirdo. He's like a Black person who's actually giving a fuck enough about his culture to run down some of the history and make shit make sense, because people just out here saying any fucking thing.
You got people telling you to what happened to you is so old it don't matter. We don't need to talk about it. And it's like, not only do you not need to talk about it, when you look at what happened to our people, it's not like what we're doing is like, you gotta look at you gotta look at chronology.
So he's talking about the chronological way in which, over all of the generations since slavery, white supremacy has effectively crippled and injured and hindered the Black community. PJ, is that you?
It was good. Can you hear me?
Wait, hold on. Yes, I'm sorry. What do you mean we go for anything? He's not. This is not anything. Everything he's talking about is documented history. What are we going for? That's anything.
I think they must be talking about like something that he did or whatever. I don't think they're talking about what he's saying right now.
Well, I'm talking about what he's saying right now. Anything they're talking about, I don't care, because I'm talking about him acknowledging our history. That's what's important in this conversation. I don't care about people's personal issue with him right now. I ain't gonna lie, that's really not important. But what's up, PJ?
What's good? How we doing? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, for me, I'm just liking what you're doing. But one of the things that you brought up is how they always go back to slavery and play up to like shit was sweet after the fact. Like the fact that there was a Civil Rights Act in the 1960s, post-slavery should say like more than enough, you know what I mean? And it's still being laws and policies being passed just for Black people to be their human natural selves. Like I think it was either 2016 or 2019. In California, the Crown Act was passed so that way Black people wouldn't be discriminated in the workplace for wearing their natural hair. You know what I'm saying? So
And that
it's
was in
still on shit to this
2016.
day.
2016, right? But you get off slavery was a long time ago. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all ain't go through shit.
Yeah, and going back to your point, like when you bring up your grandmother, like that's where like the contention comes from because like we're talking about our family members that are still alive today. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandmother was the first to integrate schools in my hometown. You feel me? So when I hear her stories and learn about her stories, like when niggas like say like dumbass shit, it's like, yo, you talk about my grandma, you talk about my mom, my aunt, my uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like hell no, like I ain't taking shit that you motherfuckers say.
Right. And then also not factoring in internally what that did in the household that you had to grow up in. Like, I hate when they say we are not affected. What are you talking about?
That part.
If you see, it's like if I'm running a mile, and once I get to the first mile, I lose a toe. I'm still winning the race though, but I lost a toe. Now we on mile 2, I lost another toe. Then we go to the next mile, I lose the foot. So we still running, but every step I take, I'm losing an appendage of my body. How far am I going to go? When you see what happened to our people, everything happened in order. It's like after the crack, after the drugs, after the redlining,
After the crack, after the drugs, after the redlining,
after slavery, after Jim Crow,
after slavery, after Jim Crow,
after segregation, after the death of Black Panthers, after the death of Black leaders, after feminism, after Planned Parenthood, after medical apartheid. After that, then you started tripping. And people are saying now, yo, you better hurry up and get this shit together. You got 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, whatever. After that, what is supposed to come with that? So what I did was I like to like.
What you think about everything he said and why they always intentionally, no matter what you say in a conversation, they jump back to, you just want to cry about slavery. Like they all, what I'm doing in this show, guys, I hope you guys are listening. I'm pointing to you the commonalities that they all share. They're all going to deny your history and default the conversation back to slavery every time. They're all going to lead with the most negative things about your culture, even go as far as to say you don't have a culture, but if they do discuss it, they're only going to discuss the negative. Who I'm talking about, tethers, right? Talking about not some non FBA do it too. So, but yeah, but this is what I'm getting to, DB, when you say Black folk do it the most. I'm telling you for a fact, most of those people are not foundational Black Americans. That's why I'm pointing to commonalities. The people who disparage us the most, I just figured this out, that especially in these spaces that are here, 9 times out of 10, their lineage is not the same as ours. It's not. That's why they don't care. That's why it's just content for them, right? When me and PJ, like, damn, we talking about our grandmothers, they ain't talking about their grandmothers. That's why they're not connected. They don't care. This is just a content for them. A lot of FBA men do it too. And you know what we call them? We call them coons. We're going to call it what it is. But I'm telling you, most of those people are not FBA, Robin. I'm telling you. I've been like kind of paying attention to this for a while. Most of them are not. And the few that are clearly, it's, you know what it is. What do you think about what he said, PJ?
Yeah, as of right now, I don't hear anything wrong. You feel me? And the thing about it is that it goes back to your point about the dehumanization of us, because when you do that, that's how you can do those things. You know what I'm saying? But then on the flip side, when you got Jewish people that talk about the Holocaust and Native Americans about genocide and all those things, like they can see the human in that. So why is it wrong when we do it? Because they want to dehumanize us. You know what I'm saying? And it's real demonic for real. Like,
It
it's
is
crazy.
demonic, and it kind of exactly is what Adolf did to them. I spoke about this on last show. It starts with propaganda first, and that is to dehumanize a people. And look, current day, we have been dehumanized. Look at how they talk about our code. It's not even real to them. They completely ignored it, even in the conversation. They're gonna skip over everything Illa said and be like, oh, they cry about slavery. Like, they don't even hear you. You're not a person. These aren't your family members they're talking about. Your family wasn't really fucked up behind this shit. My dad didn't fight in the Vietnam War and then get fucked over when he came back to the US. When they were intentionally over there giving them heroin and shit, and then they came back, they didn't even want to give them their fucking checks. No, that wasn't my father who fought in the war for this country and then they did that shit to him. No, I'm just making shit up. The fuck? And what did that do to the black men that came back over here after the Vietnam War? What did that do to them? Half of them was on fucking heroin that they gave them. Get them strung out on drugs. Then deny opportunity when you come home. Nobody wants to hire you. And let's give you more heroin. And then let's put crack in the neighborhood. Like, we not fucking imagining shit. I hate when they say, these people ain't been through nothing. This is stolen valor. No, the fuck it ain't. What our families we talking about?
I got my computer right here, but I want to speak from a place.
Say it one more time.
I was just gonna say, another narrative that they try to paint is that we just say do shit like post-slavery, and how like all these other groups of people that went through their tragedies, how they pulled themselves from their bootstrap. Like, that's another lie as well, because the Jewish people, they got their reparations, they got their hands in our fucking politics. Italians, they got their reparations. The Japanese that was in those fucking internment camps during World War II, they got, like, all these people got their reparations to build themselves up. So, and completely like disregard the fact that despite that we didn't get our just due, we still make contributions to the world. So, you know, like thinkers for the light bulb, open heart surgery, GPS, the fucking transmission in your car, traffic lights, you know what I'm saying? So.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, that's another thing they'll tell us too. We lazy, we ain't do shit, we ain't contribute to nothing. They literally are dehumanizing Black Americans. They strip every accomplishment we've ever made here and how large of an impact we've had on what's here. They will all deny it right in front of your face. They tell you it's not true. Y'all never did shit. Y'all are lazy baby mamas and just want to like how, like, what kind of mind is okay with doing that to anybody? But again, it's because at this point we're not people. We are content. Our issues, our ancestors, our family members, what we actually experience is just a conversation to see how it's reality for us. We could point to people like we're related, our family. It's not for them. Okay, let me play the rest. What's up? Illa is in the chat. What's up, Illa?
Place of intelligence, low emotion. I typed it on ChatGPT.
So look, you brought up Israel and the small hats. Look what he asked ChatGPT, and look what it said.
I said, how do the Israeli community, how do they how do they remember the Holocaust? Like how do they go about it? And this is what came up. I want y'all to listen to this. Gave me 4 things. It said Jewish communities address the legacy of the Holocaust in several ways that focus on memory, education, and protection of cultural identity.
Memory, education, and protection of cultural identity. You heard that? He asked ChatGPT, how do the, little hat community, damn, I forgot the question. I'm gonna go back. I'll play it again.
Of the Holocaust in several ways. 4 things. It said Jewish communities address the legacy of the Holocaust in several ways that focus on memory, education, and protection of cultural identity.
PJ, do you feel like we can protect our cultural identity here? When everybody's telling you get the fuck over it?
I feel like I feel like we're doing it like right now. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta differentiate who FBA and who not FBA. You know what I'm saying? And just stay on it. You feel me? Unwavering.
That's just setting the stage. This is number 1. Education and remembrance. Listen now. This is not Illa's words. This is ChatGPT. Education and remembrance. What are these people talking about? Education and remembrance. Holocaust memorials and museums, institutions like Yad Vashem in Israel and the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum in Washington, D.C. exist to preserve history and ensure awareness across generations. Now, let's stop right there. Right now, they're getting rid of museums that remind you of what happened to Black people. This just told you the purpose of it. It said to ensure awareness across generations. That means your youth, that means the future, that means everybody that comes from you needs to know this. That's just first part of 1. This is the second part. Holocaust education. Many Jewish communities actively promote Holocaust education in schools and universities to combat denial, distortion, and forgetting. What are these people doing? They're denying it, they're distorting it, and they're telling you to forget it.
I've been hearing that a lot. I seen like last week Trump had where was it? Had in some state had them removing some historical figure that kind of was like I think it was the image of a Black man with lashes across his back. And they said they basically were forcing the park to take it down, or they were going to pull funding. That's kind of how he's enforcing these things. Also, them not wanting to discuss it in school, right? They demonized it. They're calling it woke culture. That was, do you notice anything positive we have, they turn it negative, right? So if you want to discuss Black history, Trump was calling it woke culture and threatening to pull funding from schools if they want to continue to push this. So he's like strategically using the law to kind of erase our history and make it like impossible to teach it, while simultaneously taking down historical figures around the country to remind you. So the goal is to kind of move on and act like this never happened. Just saying. Again, all of this you can easily look up. Anybody in the chat. I ain't lying about nothing. What happened?
Not just shit crazy, but that's really what the whole plot is. The plot is to strip you of your identity and make you not you. You know what I'm saying? So they can stand on top of you. Like that's really what the whole plot is.
This is from the perspective of the Anti-Defamation League, of a place that preserves the history of the Jewish people. But black people are telling you that these remembering is not something you should do. So that's just number one.
I really don't think those are black people. I'm standing on it. I think those 9 times out of 10 are non-FBA. I just do. I don't see any reason why an FBA PJ, would you tell anybody to forget about our history? I wouldn't. That'd be
Hell no.
disrespectful to my grandmother. We would not be the ones pushing that most of the time. It was not going to be us. You have some exceptions. Everybody don't think the same, but for the most part, that's not us. It's not. I don't believe it. Those are people who were raised, either they came from another place themselves or they are being raised by someone who's from another place. That's why that's why they don't identify with any of the things he just named or I named. It's just an idea, it's a concept. It's not anyone's reality that they can connect to. So it's not real to them. That's why it's so easy to disparage and dismiss and disrespect our shit. They don't care.
Education and remembrance was number one. Now think of the people in this space. Think of the people in this world that's literally doing exactly this to your own people.
Yeah, that own people shit is out of here. That's why we on this delineation. This is why. Because we made that mistake, Illa, of thinking if you look like me, these are our people. No. They are not your people. They're not. And they're going to let you know every chance they get. That's why they're going to tell you your culture's trash. Y'all are baby mothers. Y'all are, lazy. Y'all are this, y'all are that. That's not your people talking to you. That's somebody else's people talking to you.
See, these people, that's why a lot of people, when I come on these panels, they leave and shit, all types of weird shit. These people know. They study you like the Europeans study you. And they know that you're gullible. And they see the preacher get you, they see the rapper get you. And social media has given the average person the ability to siphon your resources in seconds. You're just a fucking consumer base to these people.
You're just a consumer base to these people. We're not people. See what I'm saying? We're like almost like a book. You know how you read a book and you read about like a horrible book and it's like, oh, that's an interesting story. It's just a story to them. It's not their reality. So they're not seeing you as a like that's why they're so disconnected. And there's just another level to the conversation where any decent human being should be able to look at a situation whether they can connect to it or not and be able to acknowledge just being a decent person with just being honest and being able to acknowledge what someone else is going through. But what you will notice about these people, they're never honest. They play obtuse like as easily as they breathe air, and they refuse to see um, how any of this could have potentially harmed anyone. They don't care. It's almost like I like that you use the word demonic because that's how I feel about them too. I feel like they're like mentally not like they're unconscious, like they're just all being like used by the devil, and I really mean that.
Well, that's exactly how the devil works, doesn't it? That the devil tries to strip you of who you truly are. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I say it is demonic because it comes from that. You feel me?
1000%. Because I don't need to be a little hat to understand that shit was absolutely horrible, right? And I would never tell those people in their face, y'all need to just get over that. Oh, that was a long time ago. Like the human in me, regardless about how I feel about them, I would see no benefit in doing and being that cold and that disrespectful and that dismissive to anybody's history. See what I'm saying? But these people, because culturally we are different, they not built like that. They don't give a fuck. Oh, and my number one thing I forgot to say with how you can notice commonalities between them. One of the main ones is the need to assimilate to white supremacy. They literally take on the ideologies, perspectives, and talking points of a white supremacist. And I have to say supremacist because no, all white people are not racist. We want to be clear. We know that they're all not like that. That's why we have to say they take on the ideology of white supremacy, though, like the extreme racist, conservative, and all of those tactics. That where do you think they learned that up to shit from? Where do you think they learned that? Let's pretend none of these things happened. Who's done that historically to us in this country, PJ?
White people,
Right.
the Caucasians
Right. Like if
from
you
the
just
mountains of Caucasus.
right. So if you pay attention to their playbook, it is legit step by step out of the white supremacy playbook. Play obtuse, intentionally do things that go against you, pretend like you didn't, do not acknowledge your history, disparage your reputation, um, spread propaganda about you. They literally come here and do the same shit.
Your boy be trying to really fuck with y'all. These people look at y'all as consumers. They like, you can't know your shit is real because you go to church, you do drugs, you're a gang member, you're a baby mama, you're an idiot. There's no way you understand the damage of your past. I'm not talking about that. I'm telling you, bro. It don't matter what race you is. I'm just talking about a black issue right now. But anybody should fight for their own people. So this is for everybody. But when you got people in your own community telling you to deny it, they try to distort it, and then make you to forget. According to ChatGTP, that's not what the Israeli community do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just showing a parallel of how other people are allowed to remember and to make sure the world remembers who they are. But you can't do it. And the people that tell you can't do it are your own. Let's go to 2. Cultural and religious continuity. Emphasis on tradition, maintaining religious practices, Hebrew language, and cultural life is seen as a way of affirming survival and resilience. Storytelling, families pass down stories of survival or loss, linking present generations to that history. I mean, like, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? I'm talking about remembering your culture, and I'm talking about people who in the black community who are damning black people and making them feel bad and making them feel like they're suckers for constantly reminding people where they came from. When according to ChatGTP, this is the foundation of what people do to keep that understanding going. And the example I used was the Jewish community. We're not knocking them. We're talking about how they preserve their history and how black people are not allowed to do that in the black community with black people. I'm not even talking about how Jews feel about it. I'm not talking about how white people feel about it. I'm talking about how black people feel about black people talking about this.
I do not think we share lineage. I'm just saying. But I think y'all kind of get the point with that. Oh, what are your thoughts so far? I have another video I want to play.
Yeah, so far, I heard nothing wrong. The only thing is that I agree with you that most of the black people that's doing it are not black Americans. You know what I'm saying? They come from somewhere else to keep continuing to push the agenda. You feel me?
Right, and I don't know if they fully understand that they're helping to push an agenda. Well, there's no way they don't. I ain't gonna say that. I think some of it is rooted in like jealousy and envy also. Because one thing no one can deny is that globally, Black Americans are the most influential across the diaspora. Globally, when people think of Black culture, they think of Black Americans, whether it's negative things or positive things. They don't think of a lot of the places that these people come from. And I think some of them have a weird jealousy. I don't know. I don't really get it.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like it's not even on the race level; it's on like a national level also. When I was in Guatemala, uh, they was explaining to me how they get mad that when the world talks about America, they're talking about the United States instead of like Central America and South America. And I
Right.
was looking at them like, "Shit, I don't know what to tell you. We lit over here." Okay.
But I want to show you something else. This girl is forget where she's from. And this is what I hate too. The people that be speaking be so damn dumb. But let's listen to her.
And matter of fact, Art, can you play that clip that I had?
Oh wait, we got a clip first. He puts together some things.
Real quick, because this is going to correlate kind of to this whole conversation.
What do you say when people say where you from?
America.
No, where's your country?
My country is America. I was born in New York, raised in.
Where your parents from?
My parents are from New York.
Americans, they don't know where they're from, you know.
I think American black people are the most lost black.
Now, PJ, when they say where are you from and you say America, for some reason it doesn't count. But if you ask them where they're from and they say Nigeria, that counts. But the idea behind them doing that is to say that we don't know our African tribe or African country. But you know, this is why I know it's a jealousy thing with Black Americans, because they don't go to Jamaicans, and if a Jamaican says I'm Jamaican, they accept it. They don't say, no, you don't know where you're from because you can't give me the African tribe or the country, right? They don't do that to Trinidadians, Jamaicans, Haitians. They don't do that to anybody else. But Black Americans, for some reason, even though my grandma from here, my great-grandma, my great-great-grandma, my great-great-grandma, all from here, what?
Yeah, damn. Yeah. Damn, I never noticed that. Damn, that's true.
Right, because their ideas, you all will be tracing back to Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why don't they do that to anybody in the Caribbean? Only Black Americans are not allowed to have a culture. You see, it's a jealousy thing.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
You gonna say?
Say it again.
I was just saying that was a really good point. I never thought of that.
Like you see black people over here.
You know where they come
We
from.
all know where we come from.
What are some negative stereotypes y'all heard about Black Americans from your parents, from your friends?
You literally said it all.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right.
Like my
Like-
mom would tell me not to marry that.
Yeah. Yeah.
She says it all the time.
My parents are both.
So these clips are going by quick, but are you hearing these are people across the diaspora talking about all the negative things, either saying it themselves or telling on their parents and their family members about how they talk about Black
Yeah.
Americans?
Yeah, I'm peeping.
Types y'all heard about Black Americans from your parents, from your friends?
You literally said it all.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right.
Like my
Like-
mom would tell me not to marry that.
Yeah. Yeah.
She says it all the time.
My parents are both from Grenada. They came here in the 80s and 90s. So, but he was saying about how they think that Black people are lazy does resonate with me because I've heard that a lot.
And I'm West African.
What did she say? 80s and 90s. My family's from Grenada, and yeah, that's what they were saying.
Nigerian, because if you ever remember the movie Sugar Hill, and there's a scene where they're doing the thing with the drug dealer, and the guy said, we can't work with Akata. That's a word that they were calling the American blacks, Akata, the Nigerians. Akata is a...
And these are all non-FBA speaking. So this is not nobody lying on them. These are things we already know. But when you bring these issues to them, they play dumb and they act like they never heard. Nobody I know talks like that. Yeah, of course not. Why would you tell me? Why would you admit that on the internet? You would be having to throw your family under the bus. So we know y'all never going to be honest about it. But this is just so for the other FBA who are unaware can really understand. Nobody's making shit up about these people. They don't fuck with y'all. Their families don't fuck with y'all. And a lot of them teach each other not to fuck with you. Okay?
The word that they use for American blacks. And Wesley Snipes was like, yo, what is this Akata shit you keep calling us? And the guy goes, we don't want to work with cotton pickers. Africans come to America, and there's a lot of my African-American friends say, man, a lot of Africans are really mean towards us. They're really nasty towards us because they feel they're better towards us.
You being a man from an African family, what would your family say about you bringing like an American woman?
My daughter's mom is married. Most African parents, for being honest, they would actually prefer you bring home a white person.
That was an African man. He said most African parents, if I'm being honest, would prefer that you bring home a white person.
An African family. What would
That
your
is
family
crazy.
say about you bringing like an American woman?
My daughter's mom is married. Most African parents, for being honest, they would actually prefer you bring home a white person.
And that's their people. And that he's one of them. That's a popular content creator. I forgot his name.
Lots I can't categorically say every Nigerian got this talk. But a lot of Nigerians that travel abroad got this talk from their family, where they will sit you down and tell you,
look, another African, she's telling you what her family tells her about African American.
but got this talk from their family, where they will sit you down and tell you, you're going there. Don't go and talk to those Black Americans.
Don't go and talk to those Black American zoo.
You just go and get pregnant. You get into drugs.
You're just gonna get pregnant and get into drugs, because guys, we're all just pregnant and into drugs.
You start become the gang banging. They give you that talk that just go to the white community, find a nice place.
What did I say? Just go to the white community, find a nice place. They all assimilate to whiteness. That is number one for them. Number one.
They just go and be decent. Stay with the white people.
Stay with the white people. But actually sit there with her bleached ass fucking skin. Her skin is bleached, by the way. Y'all know how we can tell because they start looking this weird beige ass color. Like a lot of people do, coincidentally, from across the diaspora. What's a popular thing? Bleaching skin. These people are obsessed with whiteness. And part of that assimilating to whiteness means disparaging Black. That's part of the deal in their head. You understand?
Yeah, Lauren's comment is on point. It's because they were colonized too. So they got the same brainwashing. You feel me? And then like when you think about it, the whiteness shit is all based on the fucking lie since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? So it's yeah, that shit's just wild to me. Like when you know like the history and like the truth and how white people like took Jesus, made him white, took inventions from Black people and made it their own through like patents and shit like that. Like it's all based on a fucking lie. You know what I mean? But that's what you want to align with? That's crazy to me.
I hope I'm not mixing this up, but I think I was watching the Elvis story because I'm just always interested in like big musicians like back in the day and their stories. So I think in 1 week I watched him and Marilyn Monroe. And I think Elvis was around the Black church. And was he putting his voice over? Because at that time it wasn't cool. You couldn't put Black people's faces on records. So they would like have us record things, pretend they're gonna put it out, but then when they release it, like they'll steal it and they'll put a white person's face on the cover. So they were tricking their own people into listening to us, right? Like they would take our music and then play the record and have a white person lip syncing to it and have white faces on the records and sell it. And it's historically what they've done for a lot of things that we don't have credit for to this day in this country, is because we didn't have the power or the money to really like we'll come up with things and they'll just kind of do that.
Yeah, there's a whole movie on it. It's called Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's on Netflix. It's a good movie too.
One more time, what is it called?
It's called Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. But yeah, it's a good movie, but it touches on what you just spoke on.
Right, but people who are from this culture, we know that, right? We know that shit is true. You know, they're gonna tell you y'all crying over slavery. And what does that do economically to a group, right? Whenever we were innovative and created things that could produce max amounts of money, those things were taken, right? There's like countless consecutive actions that were taken against our community to intentionally keep us in a certain place. And I just think it's very disrespectful for people to come here and want to like do this type of shit. Oh, did I have it right? Lauren, it was Elvis, right? Let me keep playing.
They give you that talk. So when you enter America, you already have a perception of African Americans. You've judged them.
What we don't want. So she said every African, before we come over here, they give you that talk. So by the time you come over here, you already have this perception of Black Americans. This is their people telling the truth.
Yeah.
They're your brothers and sisters.
They're not our brothers.
They are.
They were taken away. Unfortunately, we will develop by our.
That video could have been a lot longer. I just wanted to like.
I don't know. I just wanted to show some of the stuff. Clips like that you could pull up all day. I think I got another one. Let me see. Of this girl who she's gonna tell the truth about. Where is it? Here it is. But she's going to talk to you guys about her parents. I think she's from somewhere in Africa.
I am so glad somebody finally fucking said it, because this is an actual problem. So both of my parents are from West Africa. Like, my dad's from Sierra Leone and my mother is from Mali. You know, so they came to the country in like fucking, I want to say maybe like 93, 94. These fucking people are so anti-black, and I really do believe that played a role in how they were treating me when I was first brought into the world, right? Like, the way that they talk about black Americans, it makes me fucking ill sometimes. Like, the way that they'll talk about black fucking Americans is the same way that some non-black and white people talk about black Americans. And it's so crazy to think about, because I feel like they hear like this like subtle anti-black rhetoric on like TV, or maybe that's like perpetuated into like movies. I mean, of course, like, we can only blame white supremacy, right? Like, it's fucking everywhere. But I really don't think people understand like how much like anti-blackness a lot of African people like hold against black Americans. And that's so asshat backwards, because it's like, bro, we're one and the fucking same. Like, why are we doing this right now? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
So I don't know. There's countless videos on TikTok of these people just being honest and talking about what their parents taught them, coming from all these different countries, what their family members say about that, us, and just being truthful. Because I don't know, a lot of them like to lie and play in your face and act like we don't know what we know. But even some of them just are just coming out right and telling the truth. Like, nah, we know what we're told. And we know how we talk. And I wanted to get into the tether thing and why tethering is a problem, right? So when they use the whole, black immigrants come here and surpass you, they do not understand that they themselves a lot of times are being used as a tool of white supremacy. And I'm going to explain how. Let's look at Barack Obama and let's look at Kamala Harris, right? When it is convenient, and this is where the tethering part comes from, right? These are people who look the part, so we can use them. We'll tether them to your community, even though they're not, right? But we get to check off our minority box, our quote unquote black box when it's convenient, right? These are people who can hop in and out of blackness when it's convenient for them. But the reason they're so problematic is because they can use that black term to get into positions, but then they directly undermine us while in those positions, and they can do it in plain sight because everyone can say, hey, we gave you a black president. Now let's dial it back. What did he do for black folk? Absolutely the fuck nothing. Okay? What did Kamala do? Absolutely the fuck nothing. But so they'll use them to put them in positions to shut black people up and deceive them and say, what? We just had a black president. We just had a black such and such. No, those are not black people. Those are tethers. And that's why they're dangerous, because they cosplay as you when it's convenient, and then they get into powerful positions to do the work of white supremacy, which is excel everyone else but your ass. Okay? I need black people to wake the fuck up and understand who's around you, what they're saying, what they're actually doing. This goes beyond a conversation and online rhetoric and name calling. These are like strategies of white supremacy and how they play in black people's face like they always have. Right? When there's funding and there's bills to be passed and grants to be given and money to make situations right, it don't take long, right, for the U.S. to do it. It don't take long. But when it comes to us, they got every excuse in the fucking world. And then they'll put people who, quote unquote, look like you in positions and make you feel like they gave you something. They didn't give you a fucking thing. Nothing. They put somebody there who lineage does not really date back here. They don't give a fuck about it. Just like these people we are talking, disparaging us. They're not connected. Those are the best people to put. They don't care. Did you have any thoughts on that, PG? I'm trying to find this other video. I just can't find it.
Everything you said was just on point. Like, like nothing needs to be added or expounded on. Like the way you displayed that was on point.
Damn, I'm mad I can't find the other video I was looking for. Overall, like, what do you think about this? I'm gonna drop the link because we ain't gonna be here too long. Oh, I did get a couple of super chats. Let me say thank you really fast. Okay, thank you to, who can I see? My boo, Lauren Mack. Thank you for the $20, boo. She says, come on in the room and rub that. What? Wait. Come on in the room and rub that like button like the wood at the Apollo. Okay. Lauren feeling freaky. Okay. Thank you, Mo Love, for the $5. She says, showing love, Venus. Shout out to you and everybody listening while working. I appreciate you, boo. As always, my sisters, stopping by to show me some.
Shout out to the ladies.
Shout out to the ladies. Ladies are
Always
clearly
holding it down.
ovulating at the moment. Okay, that's what I think Lauren's doing.
Yeah, that that comment was wild. I was like, oh shit.
She said, "Rub that wood." Okay. Wait, hold on. I would make it freaky. I didn't know how else to hear it, Lauren. You said rub that wood.
You made it freaky when you made that comment.
Say it again.
I said, nah, she made it freaky when she typed that in. What was going through your thought process? What was on your mind?
You're trying to play games. So I'm gonna drop the link because, like I said, we don't have long to be here, and this could be a continued conversation. Because guys, I was having some scheduling and technical difficulties today, so there's so many clips I could just show you of people from all across the diaspora literally saying the same mass thing. Like I said, they all operate from the same playbook. They're going to deny your history. They're going to disparage you currently. They're going to ignore everything that happened post-slavery a lot of times. Even if they do acknowledge it, they're going to minimalize it. They're going to tell you don't have culture. And if they do acknowledge your culture, it's going to be everything negative, nothing positive. And they are going to usually be very hard, conservative leaning, extreme. And yeah, and usually 9 times out of 10 do not share a lineage with you. That is the reason for the delineation. That is why Black Americans felt the need to do it, because when you say African American, that includes too many of those people who ain't on the same page as you, right? So we can't call ourselves that. So I'm trying to find, hold up. I did drop the link once more if somebody wants to come. If not, I could definitely go about my Saturday. Lauren said, roll that beautiful bean footage. I'm here until my wings finish cooking. I can't find the rest of my footage, so if nobody comes up, I'm going to end this. But I did want to read something real quick from the official FBA.com website, okay? Did you guys know there's a whole website? Did you know? Foundation of Black Americans. You ever seen this website, PJ?
Nah, what is it?
officialfba.com.
Oh, I'm gonna check this out.
So there was something I want to read. There's a flag, there's merchandise, all type of stuff. Who is foundational Black American and who is not? This is the question of the damn day. A foundational Black American is any person classified as Black who can trace their blood lineage back to the American system of slavery. To be designated as an FBA, at least one parent must come from a non-immigrant background in the United States. So you see that? If you got one parent, you still good. You good with us, baby. If a person's matrilineal and patrilineal lineage traces back to slavery in the Caribbean, they are not considered foundational Black Americans, right? How does a person trace their lineage back to American slavery? They have a whole bunch of advice here. I don't want to read all this, but you can go on this website and check it out.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna check this out for real.
Yeah. So the process of determining if you are a descendant of foundational Black American survivor of the American slave trade is relatively easy. 5 years after formal slavery was abolished in America, the U.S. government provided detailed information about the foundational Black American population for the first time. The 1870 census provided the first detailed accounting of the Black population. And if a person can trace their lineage to the 1870 consensus, they are most likely a descendant of foundational Black Americans who were enslaved. And they say most likely because they understand that some people were already here, right? The 1900 consensus is also a good verification resource because of the influx of immigrants into the United States time. The 1900 census has even more detailed information, which includes race, citizenship, and nativity, meaning the birthplace of a person's parents. This type of information is important when foundational Black Americans present a reparations claim because every potential beneficiary should be able to provide plausible and legitimate documentation about their lineage. I want to talk about this too. I think this reparation thing is one of the main reasons non-FBA are so against it. You notice that? Think about it. There is no American who, like foundational Black American, who would ever be against reparations, if you notice. It's always people who would not be a beneficiary, right? So they're kind of like trying to sabotage, they're kind of demean the request, and that's why they belittle and make fun of it and tell us, you're looking for a handout, even though we could look at all these other groups who rightfully so got their just due. So what we've seen historically is that's how these types of things are typically handled. There's some type of repayment of owing of a debt and a repayment for it. And that's been okay for everyone else. But these quote unquote Black people are telling you you're the only one with your hand out, right? Like you just sitting around waiting for somebody you're lazy, you don't want to do shit. But they won't say that to any of these other people who receive referee. It's a real self-hate, weird white worship thing these people got going on. I don't understand it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Is your title inviting tethers and non-FBA or no? If you want to come up and speak, you can, because we don't have a lot of time. I probably have like 1 more hour. But anybody's welcome to come talk. If you want to talk, just be respectful and be willing to have a conversation, okay? I'm not trying to scream and yell or any of that. But I will, okay? But I don't want to. So this is some good information for the FBA in the building if you care. And you want to actually trace it back because they love telling you don't know where you come from. As if half of them know. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of generations they're asking us to go back, they can't go back that amount of it's ridiculous. But anyway. Okay, an FBA individual whose non-FBA parental lineage comes from a person who immigrated to the United States after 1970 should not be considered or looked upon as representative or spokespersons for serious political, social, economic, or judicial issues that affect FBA. You agree with that? I agree with that.
Yeah, 100. I agree with that.
And this is why they become a problem, because these are the people who are speaking for us in terms of politics, social, economic, and judicial issues. See the disconnect? The people
That
with
part.
the mentality that I just showed you, absolutely disconnected, deny everything about our experience, are the people they're putting in these positions to speak on our behalf. It is a joke, and they know what they're doing. They both know what they're doing. They're stepping on you. So, because listen, I came to this country to make my money and do what I do. I don't give a fuck. And then white supremacy is like, yeah, I'm gonna use them because they're desperate to assimilate, and it's a way to like hide in plain sight and make it seem like we're doing something for your community, but we're not. Make it seem like shit is fair, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Um. Okay, what is this? It says the Immigration Act of 1965 was a law 1965 was a law that foundational Black Americans fought for in order to help Black people from Africa and the Caribbean come to the U.S. and assist FBA as reinforcement against systemic and white supremacy. This was because the few Black people who were able to immigrate to the United States before 1965 acted as strong allies to the foundational Black American, right? During the Jim Crow era in America, African and Caribbean immigrants did not have their own segregated enclaves apart from the FBA. In order for them to thrive, they had to have unity with foundational Black Americans and get on code with them against the common enemy, which was and is white supremacy. Because of their track record of loyalty and dedication to the fight against white supremacy during this era, many Black Americans and half FBA activists became respected spokespersons for foundational Black Americans. People like Jamaican immigrant Marcus Garvey, half FBA Malcolm X, became icons to the FBA. In the 1970s, things changed. J. Edgar Hoover's FBI COINTELPRO agenda was in full swing at this time, targeting and neutralizing Black organizations and any forms of Black solidarity with other empowerment minded individuals. This was also the time when large groups of African and Caribbean immigrants were being allowed to come to the US. The government would come up with ways to use some immigrant groups as buffers against foundational Black Americans. Now, this goes back to what that guy was saying earlier about when you get in the airport and they want to tap you on the shoulder and tell you, hey, see those Black Americans? They shoot guns, they do drugs, they wear their pants under there. You're not like them, right? Like the minute you get over here, we want to make sure we keep you all divided, right? And even before you get here. Because what did the African girl say in the video? Like her own family was telling her this shit. So they have the propaganda about us being spread all throughout the diaspora because they control the media, right? So they're doing that to them. Then they're over here controlling the media, showing us videos of people with flies on their face and starving children, right? As representation for all of Africa, right? So on both ends, propaganda, painting narratives, and creating an image of a certain group of people. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is Black Americans never took that in and like had a hatred for them. Like I spoke about on the last show, Black Americans kind of worshipped Africa. We all grew up like, oh, I can't wait to go to Africa. Oh, that's the motherland. Oh, my people. And then we had to figure
Wearing
out
dashikis.
right. And then we figured out later, like now, like, oh nah, these people don't feel like that. They do not feel like that. And that's why FBA is needed. Okay. Let me check my back. DB says not me. Maybe not everybody, but that was a very, very common thing for our culture. And you all know it. That's why in every damn near every Black movie in the 90s and 2000s, they try to implement some way to like acknowledge that the motherland, going home, even in Belly. Like in so many movies, because that was a shared belief amongst us. We did kind of hold them at a high regard. They fucked that up. Now we don't. Starting in the 1970s, the U.S. government implemented a benign neglect policy against foundational Black Americans while they began to prioritize allocating tangible resources to the immigrant groups. Consequently, this incentivized many individuals from immigrant backgrounds to collaborate with white supremacists and sabotage progress for FBA. We're seeing it now. I said the other day, the people who speak the worst about Black American culture get paid the most. Hello? They're doing it right now. Like they will absolutely incentivize anyone who wants to disparage us. And they're going to take the money and they're going to do that shit. They don't give a fuck. Look, American tradesman is older. He said we were out there with African medallions around our neck with the highest flat side. Exactly. That was a thing. Dumb people fucked that up. This person says, please do not invite any tethers because they are really distraught after us delineating. Yeah, it wasn't really an invite anything. It was more like I just wanted to set the record straight on some things. I don't have time to cover all things, but it's going to be a continued conversation because there's a lot of like mislabeling, well, just flat out lying and playing obtuse, and there's just too much truth that we can easily pull up and show people, and we're tired of them lying. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I just had a flashback when Black Panther first came out. Everybody was out there daishiki'd up. Oh man, what a time!
Right. Why do you think even Black Panther did as well as it did? And what were people dressing like when they were going to the movies? What were they doing? What were all these Black people doing?
It was all daishiki'd up. Shit, even me. Shit, I got me a few daishiki, but I actually been to the motherland though. You feel me? So you know I had to come back with some drip.
So yeah, I don't know. American tradesmen said American Black people have always had open arms to Caribbean and African people, but they come to America and look like us and then turn their backs with an effed up weave and a bad dress code. Oh my God. I was not expecting that to end like that. Yes, FBA people are too forgiving. Well, so this is why everyone's throwing a tantrum the minute we started to delineate, and we're like, no, we're FBA and you're over there. They started losing their shit because historically we've been way too forgiving. We've been way too everybody come to the barbecue. We've been way too accepting, and we finally realized like, yo, everybody's playing in your face. They're double agents. They blend in with Black when it's come. We don't get to fucking switch in and out of this shit. This is what we are. They want to shift in and out of it when it's convenient for them, and then they'll disparage it within the next breath, step on it, and don't give a fuck about like it. Nah, that shit is a wrap. So that's why I think these people are crashing out over this delineation. And think about that, PJ. What does delineating actually do to hurt anybody? Nothing. It's just an identifying marker like, hey, this is specifically what we are, the same way that is specifically what you are. But why are they getting so upset about us delineating? Because they're entitled. That's why. Everybody looks at Black culture and even some white people and think that it's up for grabs and everybody just gets to have a piece. And you just get to begin. And I'm going to tell you something. I blame FBA for that shit. Because y'all were the ones. Oh, you could come to the cookout because the white person could find some fucking rhythm. Or maybe they wore a fitted cap that day. Or she had some braids with some dumbass beads in it. Oh, she could come to the cookout. Y'all have been historically too fucking accepting. Y'all did not safeguard any fucking thing. Y'all hung the door wide open and let everybody in. And y'all was too damn dumb to realize none of them was doing that for you. And so because historically y'all been like that, that's why everybody feel like your culture's up for grabs. They could say what they want. They could do what they want because y'all never get kept nothing. Y'all are fucking annoying. Just saying. Do you have any final words, PJ? Because I don't think anybody's coming up, so we could probably end this.
I think for like our culture and our history, you know what I'm saying? We have this idea like, um, hey, I'm black, you're black, we're going through this shit together. You know what I'm saying? So when we come across black people from different cultures and they're not on that same time, it's like, oh shit, like what the hell's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Bec- and it's from like not understanding that they don't necessarily share that same, like what's it called? Like that's si- the same like shared struggle kind of thing for all of us to like make it out together type shit. And another thing also is that like Tethers, not an FBA, they benefit from cosplaying our culture. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like when we de-alienate ourselves, like they feel that because it affects them as well. So yeah, like of course they gonna have their panties in a bunch and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And so this is what I want Black people to understand. Um, they're getting smarter because now that they know we're delineating, they're working overtime to make sure they do hide their lineage and that you don't think that they're not one of you. Because make no mistake, these people are deceitful as hell, some of them. Like they're on a mission when they come here and it's to be successful and they don't go fuck about nothing else. Like they're very tunnel visioned. So even if that means I have to disown my own culture, pretend I don't come from where I come from, lie, they don't care. They're coming, a lot of them are coming from very extreme circumstances and they're willing to do whatever they need to. They don't give a fuck. And I was listening to this Nigerian girl. I wish I could find her, but she explained it very perfectly. She said, the thing with Black Americans is Black is a very huge part of our identity first. We're Black first, we're American second, and then everything else after. She said the thing with an immigrant is they're immigrants first, right? Meaning I'm already coming here with the idea that I'm not from here. I'm going to a new place. So immigrant first, and then wherever they're from. If I'm from Nigeria, then I'm Nigerian second, right? Black is going to be way, way, way down the list because that's not their reality, which is fine. We accept that. But so that's kind of why they talk about our culture and everything. Like it's just like some theory, some idea they can just talk shit about. It's not real to them. They don't identify with any of that. They're not immigrant first. Then second, they're whatever nation they came from second. Then they're this, then they're that. Like that Black shit don't matter to them. And now that we figure that out, my issue is how come when we delineate, all of a sudden it means so much to you now? See what I'm saying? It means so much to you now. But wait, y'all have made it abundantly clear that this Blackness don't mean shit to you. So why is everybody throwing a fucking tantrum when we say, okay, cool? Well, it do mean something to us. So we're gonna just differentiate ourselves. Davey said Jollof rice and oxtails, get it out of here. Oxtails is like one of my favorite dishes. Shout out to the Jamaicans, okay? The ones that are not disparaging my people because I love how they make oxtails. DB said because Black men will let anybody into the culture. I low key agree. I ain't gonna. I agree. They be the number one. I'm sorry, PJ, making all types of excuses, and I think this has a lot to do with the fact that they just be wanting to smash other groups. I ain't gonna hold you. This is my theory. I don't know.
Yeah,
So they
it's
don't
all
make any
good. Like, yeah, it's
important.
all.
Mhm.
Oh my bad.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying like, it's all good. Like I ain't taking it any kind of way. Like niggas do it. You feel me? So shit, niggas do it, and I'd be like, damn, what the fuck?
DB says oxtail is not just Jamaican; it's a staple in the South as well. That's true, but the best ones I've had was from Jamaicans. I ain't gonna lie. Now, I don't know. I haven't been in the South a lot. I don't know. I ain't saying I can't do it. I'm just saying the oxtails I got always was from Jamaicans, and they was like fire. Okay, and in New York, because I went to a Jamaican spot in North Carolina, and it was not hitting. Ugh. I was like, those the watered down Jamaicans. The ones over here like just got here. Okay, some of them not even legal, so they fresh out of Jamaica. I feel like they cook the best. I'm sorry. I don't. They cook the best. I do not care. They still got it fresh in their mind. You know what I'm saying? She said you from New York, so I'm sure. So yeah, so like certain things I'm not gonna know. Look at Florida. Look at Florida doing cultural appropriation against our own people. She said she don't like she don't like jollof rice. Jollof rice. Who cooked the best? It depends on the dish. I think if it's soul food, obviously Black Americans. Hello. But there are certain things that I like that Jamaicans cook that's like amazing to me. But that's really it. My favorite thing from Jamaica is oxtail. I don't really care too much about the other stuff. But I think all of the different like ethnic groups got their things they specialize in that's really good. See the difference with me? See what real black Americans do? We don't have to like tear down people's culture. We don't need to do that. Because we actually have great things about our own as well. They sure need to do it to you though. Um Wait, what happened, DB? About black Americans from the South? What about y'all? You talking about my grandmama. So what about y'all and my granddad? About the black Americans from the South, DB? What about them? My grandma could cook better than you, everybody you know, everybody in the chat, everybody in the world. Okay, so you might have a point with the down south people. I ain't gonna hold you. Damn, Renee said, "Oh, don't be giving them credit." She said we were eating oxtails 1600s. Listen, if we was, I don't know. Maybe my grandma and my granddad was too poor to be buying that. I never had it until my Caribbean.
Damn, let me find out the Jamaican stole oxtail from us from real. That'd be wild.
Maybe
Oh,
my
shit.
Caribbean friends introduced me to that in high school. I ain't gonna hold you. I never knew what that shit was. I never knew what none of that shit was. And my grandmother is very southern. She comes from Charleston, South Carolina. And my grandfather comes from North Carolina. I can't remember exactly where right now. It was southern people for sure. Okay. Well, I don't know. Grandma never made it. Listen, DB, if my grandma didn't make it or my mama didn't make it, I didn't know it existed. We didn't have money to be going to fancy restaurants all the time like you did, okay? I did not know. Okay, we didn't have a lot of money. She said it used to be cheap and the demand raised the price. What if I found I was Nigerian 4 times removed? I ain't no damn Nigerian. Okay, I went back as far as I could and talked to the old people in my family, and I traced back as far as I could. I ain't no Nigerian. I could be. She said 4 times removed. Like, I don't think it would be there. I can't tell you why, but I don't think so. Because there is a tribe I was looking up that kind of a lot of people in my family have their bone structure and their facial features. I just can't remember what it was.
The San people.
The who people?
The San.
Listen, stay out of my business, PJ. I'm mad you remember that.
I remember
Anyway.
everything, okay? I'm like an elephant. I don't forget.
Psycho Marine, I know. Oxtails are so expensive, they were selling kangaroo meat as a subtitle.
That is crazy.
How did they find out it was kangaroo meat? Like even that, like as like, let me tell you how real it is. So the eating chitlins came from slavery, right?
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother was still cooking that shit until like she got too ill to cook anymore and had to go in a nursing home. But she was cooking that disgusting shit every New Year's. It was like some weird ass tradition that she had that every New Year she cooked chitlins. And we were like, Grandma, nobody wants that shit. What? And it didn't matter. She wanted it, and one of my uncles, he the only one. He used to always come and eat that shit with my grandma. And I'm like, what is this chitlin shit?
Yeah, it's a southern thing. I grew up eating chitlins on New Year.
See, that's a southern thing. I didn't know. I just was like, grandma's weird. What the fuck she doing? And that stuff stinks. It stinks in here. I don't want to go over there today. But yeah, that was a southern tradition.
Yeah, I definitely grew up eating chitlins on New Year's and all that. Thanksgiving. Yeah.
You know, they said the FBA, y'all don't have no traditions like jumping a broom or any of that. Y'all don't have no traditions. Y'all no culture. You know?
Yeah, it just goes back to that demonic spirit. They're trying to strip you of your identity so you don't know who you are. You feel me?
I need to be like my grandma. Do you know my grandma never said a curse word?
Really? That's what's up.
I
Shout
mean,
out to grandma.
one time, I think she said the A word and the whole house was shook. I think that's the day she tried to beat me. Everybody was like, "Oh shit." Yes, Robin, chitlin should be illegal. Yes, black eyed peas. Even that's a southern thing, right? Because my grandmother, again, was the only one making all this weird stuff.
Not
And
all
neck,
this weird stuff.
like, was this southern? Because you're from the south. Like, she's make like neck bones and black eyed peas.
Yeah.
Nobody
Net
even
bones
makes
in the
that.
greens. Net bones in the collard greens. Oh man, you just gave me a flashback.
My grandma, nobody wants that. I hated that neck bone shit. Pig feet. Ugh.
What
Y'all
you
ate
mean you
that?
hated neck bump? That's crazy.
Y'all ate that in Florida, pig feet?
No, we didn't do the pig feet though. Nah. Pig feet, chicken feet, we ain't do that shit though. Hog mogs and all that. I ain't grew up.
Damn. So, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say right now. Look at Flora. She said, my mom loves to make neck bones. DB said, I don't eat pig feet, but it's definitely a thing. Yeah. Ew. They tricked me into eating that one time, and I was destroyed.
You had pig feet?
Yeah. I was like, my mother's best friend did this weird shit. He was like, he's a gay guy. He used to always take me. So I went to his house, and he was like, oh, I got pig feet. You want some? And my little child brain, all I heard was pig and feet. I'm like, no. Then he came back 10 minutes later. He was like, oh, we also got some chicken. And, I'm a child. I believed his ass. And I ate it. I'm like, oh, that was so good. What kind of chicken was that? He was like, yeah, that was pig feet.
Yeah.
I was so
dirty.
distraught. I told my mom, I was like, oh, I was sitting with him again. She was like, girl, please. Yes, Robin, your granddad ate pig feet? Ew, Reese. She said, I'll cook chitlins and clean them, but I ain't eating them. The fact that you could even cook them, what's wrong with you, Reese? What is your problem? Oh my God, Reese, I want to say thank you. I think it was you. Somebody sent me a cash app the other day, and I didn't get to see it until it was you. Thank you on Wednesday. I didn't see it until I signed off, and I just wanted to make sure I told you thank you, Reese. I appreciate you. Studio Mansion said apparently it's hard to tell the difference between oxtail and kangaroo meat. Ew. Yes, my grandma made liver. Did y'all eat that?
Yeah, I grew up eating liver.
See, y'all call us up northerners and New Yorkers, but because our grandparents came from where your damn grandparents came from, we had to eat a lot of that bullshit too. Okay.
Now, I think eating liver might actually be good for you though.
It is good for you, but we don't care. Nobody wants. Look, DB said liver and onions. My grandma was making all the bullshit. Like, why are you making this? My mother didn't do it as much. My mother was getting more like, acclimated to being a northerner. Okay. But grandma kept it old school. They say organ meat is healthier. I'm sure. What the
Yeah.
Bible say? Are we supposed to be eating that? I don't know.
Let's see. I know in the Bible we ain't supposed to be what is it? We ain't supposed to be eating like reptiles and shit like that. That was something new that I just recently learned because I grew up eating alligator tail.
Ew. See what I'm saying about you weird ass Southerners? Y'all be eating alligator?
Yeah, it tastes like chicken. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least in Florida. I don't know about like everywhere else, but yeah, in Florida, yeah, like you grow up eating alligator tail and whatnot. You feel me?
I don't know. Whenever I see alligators, I just think of the serpent, and I don't want to eat it.
DB said her uncles will definitely throw a gator on the grill.
I seen that little tiny little baby ones looking like what you call it? Shish kebab. Had them on them little sticks. I was like, what is this? Ugh. But look at all of that black culture stuff, right? This weird things. But it's funny.
Hey, look, we had to make do with what we had at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Surprised y'all wasn't eating people at this point. Like y'all would have ate anything. You black people.
Yeah, that was something that white people did.
Oh.
Thankfully, that didn't transfer to us.
Look, it's getting weirder and weirder in this chat. Look at y'all. Somebody said apparently iguana is really good too.
Who the hell ate iguana?
You ain't better than them. You ate alligator.
Wow,
it's the same thing. It's just a baby, and then you ate the giant. What you talking about?
I feel like iguana's different.
Why is iguana different?
Because it's an iguana.
It's an alligator. It could eat you.
Are iguanas related to alligators?
Yes.
Okay.
Are they all reptiles?
Let me see. I'm about to Google this right now.
They all the serpents. When I see a reptile, I think of the devil. Okay. I think of the serpent in the Bible. Okay. You got cursed to crawl on your belly. I don't like them.
No, iguanas are not closely related to alligators. Iguanas are a type of lizard belonging to the order Squamata, while alligators are crocodilians belonging to the order Crocodilia. Alligators are more closely related to bird. Ooh, that's why they taste like chicken. Sharing characteristics like a four-chamber heart and gizzards, whereas iguanas share traits with snakes. So boom. Straight from Google.
This ain't for broke boys.
Oh, Lord. All right, cool.
Wow.
Yo, where the hell did you find that?
I have no words. I don't care if you want to call it a lizard, iguana, alligator. It's all the same thing. It's the serpents. That's what I know.
Oh man. Hey,
Yeah.
yo, that Orlando Brown, it made me think of that. You're making us pay for water? Making us pay for grapes? Apples? Oh man, that clip got me dying.
I'm looking at some of these old clips back here. This even making me mad when everybody tell Black Americans they don't got no culture, but when we look globally, look at what they be doing.
करना मुकाबला था पूरा रखी दम हड्डियां वखा के करना हुंदा नहीं कम कदे पिंदे सुट्टा कदे पिंदे रम कदे पिंदे सुट्टा कदे पिंदे रम करना मुकाबला था पूरा रखी दम हड्डियां वखा के करना हुंदा नहीं कम कदे पिंदे सुट्टा कदे पिंदे रम कदे पिंदे सुट्टा कदे पिंदे रम रेड डॉट लाए मथे मारते हैं शॉट मेरी गाने सुन साडे देखी होए पहलो मेरे जेबा विच कैश तो पाया काला कोट हमें करदे ने पीछे नंबर करदे ने नोट हर दूजे दिन कड्डी ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਚੇਂਜ ਸਿੱਕਾ ਜਾਂ ਕਟਾਉਂਦੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫਸ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਰੇਂਜ ਤੇਰੇ
It was that part for me.
Yeah, what you think he was rapping about?
Huh?
I said, what you think he was rapping about?
I feel like I heard something about first generation in my mind. I don't know what he was talking about. I have no idea. Wait, what are these? I got random ass clips.
I'm looking for some goosebumps. I'm not feeling none of that. Let's do it again.
Really love your company, and I hate it when you gotta leave. Another opportunity for me to say everything. All of a sudden, my vision became so clear. Never had a feeling that's so real. Control me. I don't wanna play no more games, baby. We should just do this. So I want to go.
That was good. So y'all gotta.
Looking back at that shit looks crazy now.
Did he hate and ask him? He was like, that was good. Yeah, you were sitting there like a creep, just wanting somebody to sing to you and shit. He wanted them to pour their hearts out to his ass. Okay. Okay.
Now
Why
give me
does he
some
look crazy
cheesecake. Yo.
Wait, what else is back here?
You know, let's get G, man, in a real way. In a real way, though. In a real way in the hotel room. You know, in a real way. Second round, bro, you got that. In a real way. In itself again, nigga, I'm gonna shine, nigga. In a real way, nigga. The promised land. In a real way. In a real way, but honestly, my motherfucking... You know, let's get G, man, in a real way.
Oh, damn. I almost forgot about his ass. In a real way.
I'm sorry, I played the video too fast. You were saying something about the cheesecake.
After all the niggas was singing for Diddy, Studio Mansion said, now give me some cheesecake.
That's really how that went, okay? Wait, 1 second, hold up.
Man, this is hilarious. Venus said she'll be right back.
I'm here. Sorry.
Hey, yo, Venus, you ever heard of liver pudding?
I'm sorry, who?
You ever heard of liver? Somebody in the chat mentioned something about liver pudding. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is liver pudding, dog? I've never heard of some shit like that in my life. Like, that is crazy.
Heard of what you weird ass Southerners be doing. Wait, let me see. What is this? Oh, this. What's this?
Man, sit your dumb ass down and shut. You don't know, man. Man, sit your dumb ass.
Nah, I be telling my Marines that at work.
Really?
Yeah. Whenever I don't feel like hearing whatever they got, I'm like, man, sit your dumb ass down.
Damn.
I try to be a good motherfucking nigga, but I can't be because little bitch ass niggas like you want to fuck with me. You want to fuck with a nigga, right? You want a nigga who got 2 strikes on him to go to jail for life, motherfucker. I try to be a good motherfucking nigga, but I can't.
I identify with that clip so much.
What'd you say?
I said I identify with that clip so much.
I bet you do. Wait, what's that?
Weenie.
I haven't kicked out of better homes than this. I'll be back, you black motherfuckers. Wide nose having motherfuckers. They said they never gave you niggas money. You don't know how to appreciate it.
Weenie.
I
I haven't kicked out of better homes than this.
Shit, and they never gave y'all niggas money.
For real. I want to get some new clips. What's the? Oh, I see them.
A chicken with this chicken, wondering if I'm a creeper. Little hood rat bitch from 25th named Jamaica, coming through like I do, you know, getting my bark on. Knew she was a thug, cause when I met her, she had a scarf on. 54'11", size 7 in girls. Baby face would look like she was 11 with curves. Girlfriend, remember me from way back? I'm the same cat, the wave cat. That motherfucker that TNT used to blaze. A chicken with this chicken, wondering if.
I love him. Wait, remember this?
To all you motherfuckers that got something to say about the conversation that I had with my son, you don't know how lazy this motherfucker is. I'm sick and tired of this nigga shit. And if you got something to say, you say it to my goddamn face. I'm a Christian man, but I still smoke, I drink, and I tote that iron. Let go. To all you motherfuckers.
Who did that?
Yo, that shit was on point.
So, what kind of accent is that? It's a certain group of black people who say, they don't say shit, they say shit. Who is that? Where they from? Like the way he said it, I'm sick of your shit. Like, I don't know. They have a way they say it. I can't really say it like that. But my favorite black people was like the ones who used to, it's like a old school way of talking that the black people had back in the day.
Yeah.
Like that sounded like that. I don't know why, but I really love to hear them curse. It's sad, but it's true. It's just, they just got a different, I don't know what it is.
Like how Mufasa be talking?
Something like that. You know who the perfect person is? You ever seen oh damn, what's his name from Friday? He was like, shut the fuck shut. And he was also in
Damn, what was his name? I know you talking about Pinky from Next Friday.
Pinky from, yeah, and he's also in Dead Presidents. Like when he was trying to little boy Lorenz Tate in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he's offering his girl money and shit. How little man. He's doing it in front of Lorenz Tate's face. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes, the way he sounds when he goes off, Charles Powell. That is my favorite. That set of black people are undefeated. Like the way they talk is just so, I love it. I ain't heard nothing better since. We done lost our way. They say stuff like "nuka." How do you say it? Yeah, I can't even do it.
Nuka.
Nuka. Nuka. What? They say nuka. They say, I'm sick of this shit. I don't know. They got a different kind of dialects, but I'm here for it. What neighborhood is that? Like, what area of the country is that?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you.
Southern, but I don't think it's like northern either. I don't know where. It might have been northern. Even the way old school New Yorkers spoke, do you notice? Like Denzel does it. Do you hear how Denzel pronounces certain words?
You gotta give me an example.
I gotta just show you next time. But I don't know why accents stand out to me. And so I always just listen to how everybody speaks and try to place them and like try to find things that have in common. And like, I don't know, Denzel definitely got that old school New York accent. He sounds just like my aunt and my uncles. That's how they talk. Like when he's not, like when he just interview him, how he talk.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
Oh, here we
go.
How
you talk too.
Hmm?
I said we like how you talk too.
You like how I talk too?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wait 1 second.
Most likely stole how the South talk. Yeah, 100%, man. They always stealing from the South. You feel me? Like The South is legit where it all originated at for us black folk, and then we migrated across the country, the Americas. You know what I mean? But it all started from the South. They ain't gonna admit that though, but it is what it is. It's cool.
The reason I can't admit it is because I told you my grandmama and them didn't curse. So I don't know what that sounded like if when a Southern person was doing that. My mother was cursing because she was born in New York and she ain't have no sense. But my grandmama was a lady, okay, and she did not do none of that evil stuff that the rest of us do. My grandmother was an angel, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to grandma.
So I don't know what you Southerners were doing. Y'all don't even curse like that now, which I think is a good thing. Like when I was just living down there, that wasn't really a thing in public. People just was doing, which I think is cool, actually. But yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, we got manners down in the South. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got the Southern hospitality. You feel me? Like it's just embedded in us.
Y'all got something. Oh, David said, Davey said we ran away. We didn't migrate. We fled.
That's a good point. Not my grandma just go to church and be nosy.
My nana would call people trifling heifers. See, I never even heard my grandma say nothing like that. I'm serious. Like, I don't know. My grandmother was next level angel for real.
With your trifling ass. I gotta bring that back.
Oh no, I have been hearing Southern people keep that word alive.
Mm-hmm.
Trifling. Y'all never got rid of that.
King Pix is requesting to see your face.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, there's a King Pix in the chat. He's requesting to see your face.
I'm requesting to see a cash app. How about that? I don't understand how people don't be giving you nothing. They just be having all these demands. That's crazy. Ow.
King Pix hit the cash app, and you may see Venus's face. The ball's in your court.
I don't even think I've seen this person prior to like this week. Who's King Pix? I saw him. He wrote something earlier saying, "Can I get a wrench or something?" I don't know you. Who are you?
Damn. I don't
No, I didn't
know
know
you.
shit,
You
but I
ain't
feel like you
familiar.
got there. Unless you're somebody and you change your name. We just effing around now, y'all. We wasting time until Bible study. But I'm about to end this soon. I appreciate you coming up, Pooh.
Yeah, no problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold it down with you. You feel me?
I know. That's why you're like my bestie.
100.
And you're FBA. At this point, what's LSU? He said LSU wants to come on.
He's talking about college football.
Who was that soft white underbelly? King Pix? Who is King Pix? Let me see if I could go to his
What's soft white underbelly? That sounds weird.
like weird documentary style. I don't know. Like would they be interviewing the weirdest people in society? Like they'll interview prostitutes and follow them around and shit. It's weird. I don't know. I've seen like a couple of episodes of that. I'm trying to go and see if I can click on his page. King Pix, who are you? Let's see. Go to channel. Oh, that's not who I thought it was. I caught a bigger content creator over here the other day. I can't remember the name. But I clicked the name and I went to their page. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, they be watching, you know what I'm saying? We know they're watching from the clouds, you know what I'm saying? And it's all good. Just experience the greatness, you feel me?
Or they watch like when it's over.
Mm-hmm.
You coming back the next day and there'd be a bunch of views on a video that people was watching it. And then you're like, oh, let me go and watch their stream. And then you hear them sounding like you and shit. Like, oh, wow. Okay, but we know you was watching. You know. You're a young scholar. What kind of young scholar? Come prove it. Everybody think they're a scholar. Oh my God, y'all. We cracked the case. I was thinking, this is so random, but I got to tell y'all. I was thinking about how dating is like a conversation that's constantly going on and on and on, and people have yet to figure out how to fix their shit right. And one of my theories I realized recently just about people is that, and I mean men and women, like in real life, I've been paying attention. They don't have interpersonal skills. They don't have like situational awareness. They don't really have like self awareness. So, like, they'll say the most awkwardest, dumbest stuff at the worst time possible. There's no real thought about, like, this is a person in front of you who you might need to show some consideration for. Like, it's not like that has completely gone. And I've seen this, I paid attention. It doesn't matter the generation. I've seen it with like people in the 50s. I've seen it with people in the 20s. Like, I don't know, right now, like socially, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, it really is just like basic common courtesy that we all know we should have. I'm finding a lot of adults, men and women, don't have like straight don't have it. A lot of what core basic principles, morals, and standards, at least culturally for us, FBA, I don't see like that. I ain't gonna hold you. Sugar Mom and Robin says a lot of people lack social. This is a fact.
Big facts.
It's so fucking weird. The internet is really destroying people. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, people just be blurting shit out. Like, I brought this up earlier. Like, when just the best example, when Jocelyn's Cabaret had that thing, and the girl had a child deletion, and she had twins, and she was crying, and she was really pouring out her heart. She was sad about it, and somebody was like, "Damn, double homicide!" Like, there's no consideration for this, like what she just did, how hard that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, we don't care. Like, everything's a joke. And the problem in dating with that is people don't know how, like, I'm here to figure out whether I like or dislike you. And what I'm observing is you say things before you think about them. What I'm observing is that you're not kind of like aware enough to understand that you might be offending me, and you're looking right in my face and doing it. You just have no sense. And this is what people are looking at each other and gauging. I really do think it's more the stuff that we don't talk about than it is the stuff that we do talk about. Like, we talk about very shallow, surface level stuff. Get the bag, get your body together, which is important, right? But there is people who got all of that and still is nothing working. Why? Because the shit they not talking about are the things that actually make the relationship like worth sustaining. Like, do I like
that inner work?
Sorry,
I said that inner work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of people is just operating based off of hurt and shit too, and like you said, like the surface level shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're not really like doing the inner work to like build like their character and like integrity and being able to communicate effectively and also hear and understand where somebody else is coming from in order to move to some sort of like understanding where you both see each other. You know what I mean? Shit wild. I was watching Pop the Balloon, and there's one guy, like, he popped his balloon for like whatever reason, and him and the chick were like vibing out, and he ended up getting his balloon back. The dude next to him popped his balloon because he felt like, oh, like, well, I see you guys got a connection, so I figure, you know, go get yours. And the girl's looking at him like, how do you know if we won't connect. Like, what you doing? Like, you just gonna disqualify yourself? Like, what's going on? And it was just like, damn, like motherfuckers just insecure and shit. You know what I mean? It's wild. Oh shit, Venus, you still there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's bad out here. Like, it's that type of stuff. So that speaks to like insecurity, lack of confidence kind of thing, right? Because you popping your own balloon is disqualifying yourself because you thought she had a good conversation with. She gonna talk to all of y'all. Like, what are you talking? What?
Yeah, like she legit had to walk it down like, yo, like before you just make assumptions and come to a conclusion, how about you take the opportunity for us to actually talk, get to know each other for a little bit to see if we connect.
The other sad thing is, it's just bad out here. Like people are desensitized. Like overall, they don't take things serious that should be serious. They don't have compassion for other people, and they don't understand that you're being observed. Like I'm a woman, right? So I can only observe the opposite gender. If I'm talking to a person and I'm listening to how he reacts to serious situations, right? Or things that are harmful against women, things that are detrimental against women. And then I'm listening to him, like, kind of have no compassion, no empathy, dismiss it away, not care about it. I'm going to think, like, yeah, this is not a person I want to really connect any further with because he doesn't have the capacity to have compassion for others. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. I feel you on that.
Or they joke about like some real sick, inappropriate things. I don't care. I'm gonna just say the name. One person I observe in the space who does podcasts will say some sick ass shit and think it's funny, and that, like personally, that should just be making my skin crawl. Like he'll make comments like this: "All she did was shit out a couple kids." Who talks like that?
Damn.
That's disgusting, and it just kind of like minimizes the hell out of what somebody, you know what I'm saying? It's just when I hear men speak certain ways, like in real life, I already know, like, never speak to him again. Hell no. But I'm saying, like, we've gotten to a place where it's normal for people to just say any and everything. And they don't be understanding. It's like these women they don't understand, like, they're watching you. Same way the men are watching women, right? And I'm sure they have their own set of things. But it's like they blatantly just be acting like they don't understand. It's like, have you heard you speak? Do you hear how you talk? In terms of like just people, you don't have consideration, you don't have compassion, you don't have empathy, you lack understanding, you're ignorant when people do try to talk to you. Instead of trying to understand, you always want to interject and argue. All of that shit is just,
Nah, I hear you 100%. And part of me thinks like some people they really don't understand for real because they didn't get taught that, you know? Like something that I always preach to my Marines is how you speak and present yourself. It says a lot about you like internally. So be mindful and intentional about how you come across because how you treat and communicate with others, like not only does that have like impact on your life, but it also shows like what you got going on inside of you. You know what I mean? So like when you come across somebody that's always like speaking negative and shit like that, they probably got some negative ass shit that's going on in their personal life that they didn't get over. You know what I mean? So
like the men who be saying the women are or we can say women too, but I'm just speaking on men because I'm a woman. What do they say? I don't know. I can't even think of nothing right now, but y'all all know shit.
yeah, we can use the clip that you showed the other day, like when when Mr. Williams, like respect to Mr. Williams, you know what I'm saying? I love him. But when he was telling Sherelle to like be strong, it's like, okay, like think about what you're saying, like in that moment, you know what I mean? Like you're telling a woman to be strong. Strong is a masculine trait, but we want feminine women. You know what I mean? Why would you say that?
And it's so funny. And I really felt like that spoke to the mentality of a lot of these men. I don't think most of them seen an issue with his statement, and nor did he. Because I heard him say toward the end, he was like, I don't think there was nothing wrong with what I said. I know. So your daughters, your nieces, your girlfriends, your ex-girlfriends, any woman that's under your care are being treated like they need to be strong, because to you, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So these soft, delicate flower women are not produced under dire circumstances. That's usually not how that goes. Like like I said, they create a lot of the problems they complain about, straight up and down. You want a woman to be feminine, but then they'll tell you, my mother had 2 jobs and she had 5 kids. So if my mother could do it, you could do it. So every expectation they have of you is very masculine, very hard, very, you gotta be strong. You gotta channel a lot of masculine energy to do it. They're the ones who want you in those situations, but then they're gonna tell you you're not feminine enough. Like you need some more of that feminine energy. You just these black women are so masculine. It's like I really feel for black women because I feel like the world views us as like their work mules, like they're fucking, we're here for everyone else's benefit and not our own. And you know how I know that? Because the minute a black woman gets up here and has any halfway type of standards, it's a million people telling you, like, how dare you have standards? Do y'all notice that? They're going to do anything and everything in their power to disqualify you any way they can, because how dare you? You're black. What? You a black woman, bitch. Y'all don't have no standards. What? Are you crazy? It's exactly what the rest of the diaspora does to FBA. See what I'm saying? Like when everybody feels entitled to your shit, they feel like you don't have a right to have any boundaries around it. Everyone feels entitled to the black woman. Everybody. Yeah, Robin, this is something that took me a long time to learn. She says these women have to learn to stop going around people who tolerate them and don't respect them, because it's not going to stop. It's true.
Big facts. Environment is a very important thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at your environment and like who you're around, the people that you regularly like come in contact with, like is it on the up and up or is it on some bullshit? You know what I'm saying? If it's on some bullshit, move around from that and find better people. You know what I mean? They out there.
This is a fact.
Yeah, because being in a dysfunctional environment is gonna make you dysfunctional. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of us have been dysfunctional because we were raised in dysfunctional environments where you're supposed to be strong, and that was normal for a lot of us because that is the culture. But then later on, we don't like those women. We don't choose those women, but they turn you into what they don't choose and they don't like. See how that goes?
Hmm. Yeah, that sounded like that repetitive compulsion thing, where like you keep repeating like the same patterns and behaviors to try to like master it.
Hmm. Yeah, hanging around um, certain energies and then you soak it up. Yeah. Robin said I had to stop going to certain channels. You make yourself vulnerable to the disrespect sometimes. That's a fact. I can't even write my name in certain chats. Like, it's ridiculous. If you can see Venus in the chat, for whatever reason, it distracts a certain type of man, and he gonna stop whatever he's doing and hyper focus on me and not the topic. It's just weird as hell. More than half of the women in the chat, you are divestors, claiming they deserve better. How come men who are better don't date y'all at the voice of Venus? So I never claimed to be a divester. I do deserve better. I definitely deserve better than what a lot of you offer, and I'm never gonna tell myself anything different. I don't care how you fucking feel about me. I know I don't deserve what the fuck y'all be coming with. Okay?
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be around people that treat you with love, care, and respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, to try to push a narrative to like be around and tolerate people that disrespect you is really weird and dysfunctional.
This is what we were saying about the culture of some of these men, that they're so abusive, they don't even understand their abusive ways. How come men who are better don't date y'all? Who said that? Every relationship don't work out. Everybody's not attracted to each other. There's a lot of different reasons situations don't be working out. Stop trying to gaslight black women into thinking they just can't get better men than y'all. Low key, because this is exactly what I was telling you the other day. Their goal is to humble you to the point your standards are beneath the devil's bedroom, all the way down. No standards, zero. This
And
is
and I think it's important to mention that when we are talking about standards, values, principles, and things like that, we are not talking about physical material things. That is so fucking surface level and basic. We are talking about character, trust, integrity, honor. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about those things because that's what makes a person good or bad. Not how much money a motherfucker got or what car they drive or none of that other bullshit. Because a bitch nigga with money is still a bitch ass nigga at the end of the day. You know.
see, this is why we so close. Okay, look, listen to him, y'all. This is a kind person. That's what I'm saying. They're not kind, PJ. They don't care about others. They don't want the best for women. Think about that. They don't even care enough on a human level. I said they're just like the fucking tethers. They're disconnected. They don't see women as people. They don't care about your well-being, your safety, your mental health. They don't give a fuck. Most of them have said, oh, only when I had a daughter. Only when they had a daughter were they even able to see women as fucking people with feelings. Before that, you were here for utility. You're a sex object. You're something fun to do. You're not a person to me. This is why they are dangerous for black women. And black women do need to fucking divest, to be honest. Like, a lot of y'all, the mentality that y'all come with is detrimental. Women do need to stay away from you. And I mean that shit. The fuck? What is this? I think the problem is you think you can tell a man what he's supposed to value. Majority of black women are overweight, and when I join podcasts with many black women, it usually turns into a hate fest. You can value whatever you want. If you don't like overweight women, don't fucking date them, okay? If you don't like black women, don't fucking date them. Nobody cares. My issue comes in when y'all come, right? You're talking to a black woman and try to tell us what we do deserve and what we don't deserve. Whatever you don't like, move around. Nobody's holding you hostage. Nobody cares.
Yeah, and just going back, you know what I'm saying? Like, when people talk like that, they're talking about the basic surface level material things, you know what I'm saying? Because I think we can all agree, like, just on the basic human level, everybody deserves a level of respect, regardless of, well, I wouldn't say like regardless because, you know, like there's some people, shit. But for the most part, everybody deserves a level of like respect and being treated with some level of decorum. You know what I mean?
Not if you are an unattractive woman, and not if you're a black woman. Those are like, in most of these men's minds, an excuse to treat you like you're not human. If you're not something they feel beneficial for their, I don't know, penis. And even then,
Yeah, because like when you base your mentality off of like the material, like physical shit, it's only gonna get you so far. You feel me? But the things that actually sustain over time is standards, principles, and values, integrity, honor, courage, commitment, like those kinds of things.
Consideration, effective communicating, like actual like kindness. Okay, like shit y'all don't know nothing about because y'all are fucking demonstrative and destructive and negative. And most of you, the sad truth is, you bring out the worst part of women. A lot of you do. Just like CJ did the other day. That's what y'all fucking do. Y'all just, black women be sitting there chilling, thriving, doing their thing, having a great time, not worried about nothing. And then one of you, because you're so fucking hateful, y'all can't stand to see it. So what y'all do is antagonize and disrespect. So you can like take her out of her feminine and pull her into this fucked up ass energy that unfortunately we have to get to just to fucking communicate with you. Because the only thing a lot of y'all understand is disrespect. Because the only thing you ever seen was a black woman yelling at your dumb ass for fucking up. So that's the only time you understand when a black woman's talking. Unfortunately, some of you need some fucking therapy and need to get that shit fixed. That's why you want a black woman to yell and scream and curse. Because that's the only language you understand. I'm sorry your mom did that to you. But that shit is not fucking normal. And that should not be what you're running around trying to pull up out of a woman. Y'all are fucking weird. Weird. Black women need to stay away from y'all. Y'all are horrible. They're not gentle. They're not kind. They're not supportive. They're not loving. They're not nurturing. They're not none of that shit. But they want feminine women. All while, not the fruit of the spirit. Did I name the fruit of the spirit without knowing I did?
Yeah, you named some of them.
Fruit of the spirit. They not none of that shit. But then somehow they think they deserve it. Ain't that crazy? They are not none of those things, but they think they deserve it from you while disrespecting you. That's the yo. It's that part for me. They don't have none of these positive traits that they would want in a woman. None of them. But they deserve to be, met with gentleness and kindness and patience and grace and understanding and consideration. But they offer none of the fucking above. None of it. Entitled and delusional. You still on this King Picks. I told you to go move around and date who you want to date. We don't care. He said it's like me saying most black men should date white women, knowing interracial relationships are a small percentage. I'm not telling black women who to date. I'm telling them who the fuck to stay away from. Men like y'all who want to pull the worst parts of them out for the public to see. Men like y'all who want to run around antagonizing and disrespecting them because when they're just in their natural flow, like Sherelle and Tiff were, just sitting there minding their little business, doing their little show, smiling, and everything's cool. Y'all are so miserable and hateful. This is exactly what y'all do to y'all women in real life. Y'all don't like to see black women happy and flourishing and just doing their thing, just existing and not being upset. Y'all don't like that. Y'all want to do everything in your power to make them upset. And I know this for a fucking fact. I read the chats when women are talking, when a new woman pop up out of nowhere and she just on the panel. I'm looking at quote unquote men behaving like school children. Trying to think of the most creative way to disrespect this one. Who's gonna win? Now watch the chat. That's usually how that goes. Again, y'all do not deserve nice, gentle, kind, patient, understanding women because you're not those men. Don't a woman fall in love with you? He says, Black women love spending time with me. I'm sure they do. They don't fucking know better. Listen, a lot of us, because we was raised with fathers like you, like y'all, the way y'all are culturally, even some of the girls who were raised with men in the house don't fucking know no better. Because the nigga who raised her was a fucking trash character too. Didn't care about women either. So some black women don't even fucking understand that they be right up under a nigga that's toxic, that's abusive, that's disrespectful, because that's normal here. That's the culture here. So that's normal. They don't even fucking know. So I don't care about no black women sitting next to you. I don't mean shit. Some of them don't have no fucking sense at all. And it's not their fault. They've gotten such little validation from their father. They'll take any validation sometimes. And a lot of y'all know that shit. And y'all play on that. Y'all are really evil. You have not been respectful. Yes, Flo, mean-spirited, rude, disrespectful as hell, but they deserve feminine, docile, lovely women that they do not help create. They actually help create the opposite, right? Because they take advantage of women, use them for their bodies, call them out of their name, disrespect them, get them pregnant, then tell them delete that kid. I don't fucking want it, bitch. I don't give a fuck about that. Fuck you. Or just straight up abandon, disappear, don't care. Play mental and psychological games to fuck with your self-esteem. There's all type of content on it right now. You can just look at like videos these men are making to quote unquote humble women and quote unquote have her obsessed with you. Like they intentionally think of all these ways to fuck women up psychologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, right? But these are good men. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, they're not. They're not. And I don't care what you look like. That's why single women never be ashamed when somebody say that's why you ain't got no man. Be like, look, I might be better off sometimes because some of them are really will ruin your fucking life. Really ruin your life. The mentality is in the garbage. It's trash. What's normal here is not normal. What black women have to be subjected to as normal is fucking abuse. Straight up. I'm just gonna say it. Culturally, it's abuse. Have y'all seen what Bad Baby going through? Is that her name? The preference.
the Catch Me Outside girl.
Yeah, the preference. Who got a black baby daddy who beats her fucking ass. Her face be swollen, eyes black. You hear me?
Damn.
She was being sexually assaulted by a security guard when she was 16. This current baby daddy throws it in her face when he's mad. Oh, you're setting me up just like you set him up. Blames her for her fucking abuse as a child from a grown ass man. Then he abuses her too. Completely disrespects this girl and whooping her ass. But then those are the men who will tell y'all, we just don't like black women. Thank God, please. No black women don't need that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the truth. A lot of them, I ain't gonna hold you. Not all of them ladies, but a lot of them who be on that, my preference is not black. Y'all need to really thank God. I'm telling y'all, some of them women be going through absolute fucking hell. I'm not kidding. Hell. Don't believe me? Take your ass on TikTok and find the story times. They right there. It is gross. They waited at her door till she was 18. That girl became a millionaire overnight because this is how sexually depraved, disgusting men are. They was waiting for the minor to turn 18. She gets the OnlyFans the day she turned 18. She's a millionaire within that week. She wasn't one already. Disturbing. You know what I'm saying? Black women always the victim. Yeah, we are. But we try not to be no more. That's why I'm telling them they need to stay far away from y'all. Unless you could come in absolute respect and consistency and kindness and consideration and all the above, then fuck that nigga. Don't leave him. I don't care. because that's all it's been, a conditioning of you into being comfortable being disrespected. That's the culture of these men, is to condition you to be comfortable with being disrespected a lot of times. Like Mr. Williams was fucking telling Sherelle, well, it really says how strong you are. Why the fuck? Think about this, ladies. What type of man do you have to be that a woman needs to be strong in order to endure you? What kind of man are you? If a woman has to be strong to deal with you, what kind of man are you? Like, does that make sense, PJ?
Nah, that makes sense to me.
If I have to be strong to deal with PJ, then what type of man is PJ? Women like to be around the men. They don't have to be strong. I don't have to be strong around PJ. It's fun. You know, he's very gentle, very kind, very courteous, very considerate. He tries to understand. He's still a man, you know. Yeah. But he tries. I don't have to be strong to have a conversation with him. People gotta be strong to talk to y'all. What the fuck going on? You're verbally abusive.
Yeah, and you brought up some earlier how like this the functional shit, how it's like normal to us, because something that we do as people also is that because we find it normal, we'll repeat patterns and behaviors because it's familiar to us. It's a saying, we choose the devil we know. You know what I'm saying? Because like something is familiar to us, we feel more comfortable going that route because we already know what it is, besides trying something new and not knowing if it'll turn out for the better or the worse.
That's what I was talking about earlier. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of us have seen men in our families do some problematic things when it came to women or us or whatever, and it was considered normal. And so we go out and then we date men who are just like our father or whatever, favorite uncle or whatever, and they have maybe some of those same characteristics that we've seen growing up. So we think it's normal because we've seen it growing up. But just because we've seen it growing up don't mean it was normal. And to be fair, back on my FBA shit, here's what I'll say. I understand like the older generation not having like mental health awareness, um and kind of being closer to, they were the kids of people who were experiencing Jim Crow, and they didn't have time to worry about this shit we talking about because it was survival mode on a whole nother level for their parents, right? So I understand some of those problematic behaviors got passed down generationally, and so I can't blame. I understand like just how people hate talking about slavery, but from slavery to Jim Crow to so on and so on, how certain things generationally that are problematic get passed down, right? I understand that. So I have some level of understanding. That's not all their fault, but I'm just calling a thing a thing. There was some problematic behaviors that have been passed down generationally from the men, and that show up today. Okay, it just is what it is, and maybe the women too, right? Um, because when they talk about like abusing kids, so like our grandparents, like imagine what the discipline was like for Jim Crow kids.
Yeah.
Right? Because where did they learn it from? Slave master. You know what I'm saying? And then,
Mm-hmm.
like, where did they learn it from? Then where did Jim Crow kids learn it from? Go get a switch off the tree. I'm going to whip you across your back. I'm going to do this. Where they learn that shit from? So people like to play dumb, like they don't understand how things get passed down generationally. People do what's normal to them or what they think is normal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So same thing with the men. I feel like a lot of the men just have a culture of absolute disrespect.
And then with that, there's a term called it's called long-term potentiation, and pretty much what that means is like neurons that fire together wire together. So the more frequently we repeat a pattern of behavior or a series of relational actions, or we think a certain way, those stronger those connections between thought, behavior, and outcome become.
Hmm. I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Yeah, it's called long-term potentiation. It's a psychological term.
Long-term
potentiation. I'll type it in the chat.
I found it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Say it one more time.
Yeah, so for us, it's really important to relearn a new approach for better outcomes. Just like how it says in the Bible, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Come on, Bible scripture.
Hey, you know.
Bible study starting soon.
Oh, dang. Free just
Right
sent
now.
the notification.
I know. I saw it. Okay. I felt it in my spidey senses. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for listening. Please like the video, and I'm going to probably be back later tonight or tomorrow. Bye.